Welcome back to Song of the Nameless. This is session 3 entitled Lingering Souls. Last session, at the end of it, the group had investigated the north facade of the ziggurat. The Owlet Druid flew up to the top of the ziggurat, finding what appears to be a sacrificial table stained in blood. And as he's investigating that, there's just this odd feeling around Sarah um, that she's being watched by 4 individuals. One that seems to be standing in the very space that she is in. Um, also, the group had gone to the west of the Grand Stair, and I believe Gil is still over there investigating what appears to be a passageway down into one of the structures there.
Yeah, he went over the wall.
Okay. So, just an odd feeling, um, and the information as I've laid it out. So, however you'd like to proceed.
Do I feel like you said that they're a presence? Do I feel the presence, or
Yeah,
is
you
this?
do.
Oh,
And the
I
Allen
wouldn't.
could see them
Oh,
from up there. They're just standing there, kind of like. Looks like they're in kind of a guard posture. That doesn't look like they're kind of moving too much, but it does look like they're all kind of heads turned, focused on Sarah.
The ancestors.
Through the wall?
What's that?
Through the wall?
Through what wall? No, they're here with her on this platform. One is standing in the same space as her, like they actually overlap. But from
I
your
would.
but from your position up there, you can see them kind of there. She can feel them. And sorry, you were going to say, Kimmy.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't say anything. I feel like we've been on these expeditions enough that I would just ignore it.
Okay. Creepy vibes happen.
Yeah.
Well, nothing else to see here. Let's wrap it up and follow Gil down that wall, I suppose.
Gil, on the opposite side of the wall, looking into the space, there's a staircase, but it very much looks like about maybe a few feet into the overhang. The staircase is broken away, and it just descends down into darkness. If you kind of take a gander over the edge there, it's about a 50-foot drop to what appears to be a very large pool of water.
I think Gail was away.
Oh. She doesn't have her headset on. You there, Magpie?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, Gil, investigating those steps, you would see that the stairs go just a little into the structure and then are broken away. Looking down over the edge of the stair, you would see that there's about a 50-foot drop, and it looks like it ends at a large pool of water, like a
Okay.
subterranean kind of pond that seems to be connected to something else, but you can't tell from up here.
Okay. Um,
And you regroup with the group, Garen?
Yep.
Okay.
I read down.
Did you see anything interesting up there?
Well, besides the. Did see the tree a bit. I saw the. Are they still here when I'm down here, or was it only.
Yeah, you don't see them anymore.
Okay. Well, when I was up by the altar, I did see some figures down here.
Oh, that's concerning.
Here, let me. He flies back up. And you just see him kind of like squint down.
Well, once you are up there, or once you're down there, rather, you actually see that the placement of where they were standing corresponds to the markers on the ground that I mentioned that have the names and honorifics of some honored dead. There are a total of 4 of them.
And he'll kind of kneel down, and I think they might have some. They're standing right over these little areas with the names on the ground.
Oh,
And one where
Interesting.
Sarah's standing.
oh,
They're just kind of, coexisting in the same place.
oh, that's strange.
I'm gonna move.
Weird.
If you have training in religion, you would know that that's probably the case, that they're in the near ethereal, and for whatever reason, the top of the ziggurat serves as a place that allows you to pierce the veil, visually at least.
Wait, do I have that?
I do not.
I believe
I
our
do.
religion is the cleric.
I have it
Sight.
as well.
Also, the person
Top.
who has all the intelligence skills.
Do the cleric and the wizard say anything about that?
He would. He would. Sure would.
I don't understand what exactly is happening.
So it's like
Your audio's cutting in and out, Johnny.
hold on.
Is it the dog?
Well, he's thinking I can see them from up
Oh.
here, but not down here,
Right.
at least. Other than that,
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we got
Hello,
you.
hello? Okay.
Recite the Gettysburg
You
Address,
guys-
and we'll know if your mic works.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I said recite the Gettysburg Address, then we'll know if your mic works.
Oh.
I'm joking.
You have to go
Bring
back
on
to
a
U.S.
double
history. Sorry.
Yep.
Right.
Hold on. Let me go
Pretty
Google
sure I failed
something.
that in college.
Let me Google the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah, let me Google it real quick.
Oh, man, I wish-
Before Reconstruction.
Yeah, but I wish I had that power
So-
back when I was a child.
Right.
Well, so it's basically, it could only see. We can't see these ghosts, but when you're on top of the
Ziggurat.
the place there, the giraffe, we're able to see the ghost because it's, or not the ghost.
You're adorable. Hold on.
You said there
Yeah.
were nameplates on the ground?
So yeah,
Yeah.
there are 4 total, and what you would know is that they are basically like they're memorials, but you would also know that the Ordric kind of family markers denote that these are people of importance, and their ashes were probably placed underneath or inside of the stone when it was crafted.
Okay. Hold on a second. Sorry.
No worries. So for you folks there, like, you already kind of came to understand these being present last session. You know that if you pull something out of the honor wall, the prayer wall rather, they will probably manifest an attack. There's some sort of indentured kind of spirits that are like bound here to defend this space after death. That makes sense?
Right. And we're not able to decipher whatever's on the plaques because it's in.
Well, it's a hot
Over.
mess of like just kind of damage as well.
Okay.
It does look like the script is present, but it's very hard to kind of decipher, and what you are able to kind of read out isn't much. And the person who's most capable in this would be Sarah, due to the noble background. It's not on the noble background, but it is something that I have kind of listed as a background benefit. Because she is specifically a part of the Ordric family, she can read the Ordric language. But again, it's a mess of just kind of broken up words. It seems to have been a name and like a captain or like some other kind of rank.
Okay. Well, I don't suppose any of us are going to steal from the dead today, right?
Wasn't planning.
Okay.
No, of course not.
Uh, Gil.
He's
Oh
not
wait,
even
no,
there.
Gil's over there.
Yeah.
Wait,
The only
where's
one we need to
Gil?
worry about isn't
He
here.
like-
Then we're good. Then we're good.
Where's Gil?
And so yeah, you can't really see him from like that vantage point. However, the position you're on is high enough that you can jump onto that wall and then descend down into the space that Gil's in. For Gil, it's a bit more of a problem getting back to you because he does not fly.
We decided that it's not easy to just get up on that wall and stand on the ledge, right? Because of the goo.
Well, the stone
The
is very
algae.
slick and algae kind of like covered. Getting over to where Gil is, not going to be hard. Gil getting back to you, difficult, nigh impossible. Unless he finds another route to you.
Quiora looks around. Gil, he went this way, I guess. Gil, are you over there?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
What's up? Did we join them?
I don't suppose that Okay, and so like let's say getting down here.
Well, real
is this
quick,
like a drop?
Gil, did you relay the information I gave you about the stairway to them?
No, I mean, are they close enough that they can?
You can speak to one another. It's only about 30 or 40 feet away.
Okay.
You're not like
Yeah,
football.
he would have been like, oh, there's some stairs down here. Looks like goes to some sort of underground water thing. Like, maybe it's a cistern. Maybe it's a.
Cindrix, water can be underground.
Oh,
Is there
It's
nowhere safe?
nowhere safe.
no. He has a spell for that, just in case. But depends on how much water is in there.
Teleport without air back to his bed. Okay.
Are you coming back, Gil?
Do you have a way back, Gil?
I'm sure I could find one.
Excellent.
He didn't sound very sure about that.
Plus, we shouldn't
Hey,
leave him
hey,
alone.
you know me. I can figure it out.
It's best to work as a team than alone, though, just in case if anything happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I can always go over there. I mean, it's not too big a issue.
Out of character, let me roll back. Did we have a goal to like get the bandits and like murder them all?
I think we were trying to get
Jeez.
into the ziggurat.
Okay.
I think that was our main goal.
Because I thought we were
Yeah.
waiting until tomorrow to fight the.
Oh, okay. So right now we're just trying to get into the ziggurat. Okay, gotcha. Okay, does that seem like an entrance then?
It's an entrance to something. I don't know where it goes. I could. Do you want me to find out? I'll go in there.
Well, I suppose we better go together, and Quiora will move
Okay.
and
So you
kind
leap
of
across
jump
the other
over.
wall and then kind of slide down to Gil.
Yeah.
Anyone else going?
I'll
Yeah,
pick up
I
Tommel.
imagine
Yes.
Tommel takes 2 steps, looks at the gap, and then just sticks his arms up.
T-pose. Just goes
Uppies.
T-pose.
Stern will pick him up.
Not
bring him over.
uppies.
Oh,
Okay. So if we're descending down, Gil, as you kind of look, like I said, it's the once it gets under the overhang of the structure, you can see that the stairs are gone. And if you kind
Like
of
a
peek,
50-foot.
yeah, if you peek down, well, no, not 50 foot, just like 5 feet, and then sorry, 50-foot drop,
Oh.
50-foot drop.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm sorry,
okay.
I thought you were saying like down the steps 50 feet. My brain.
No.
Okay, so yeah, right under the overhang, drop, 50-foot drop, and pool of water at the bottom. It looks like it's connected to something else, but you can't tell for certain.
Can I tell roughly how deep the water is?
It looks rather deep, quite deep indeed, actually.
Would I be able to see if there was any like remainder of the stairs under the water?
No, it looks
that
like
would
the stairs structure was kind of free, like hanging, and
was intentionally.
it looks like it's gone. Like you don't know for
Okay.
certain how that came to be. You just know that it looks like it kind of came down, and then like from what you can tell of the structure in front of you, it came to a landing at some point and then descended downwards. But there's none of that at all. It's all gone. It's just a straight shoot down. Then it kind of opens up to where the like the roof of the pool area, and it looks like there's like a something over there. Like you can actually see a little bit of light down below.
Hmm. Okay. And we have rope.
Yeah,
Okay.
I presume so.
Is there a place to tie it off?
Um, if it looks like there is, yeah.
There's like
Barbarian.
all kind of trees and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, these vines and branches look pretty sturdy.
Okay. Cool. So who has the rope? I know we have it because we talked about it before.
Well, everyone's got a bit of rope. Let's see.
Yeah. I got some rope.
I've got about.
Looks like you're gonna need about 20 just to get, about 20 to tie it and get it to the hole from where you're tying it off.
How much
Yeah.
does Dungeoneer's pack come with? Does
50.
anyone know?
50.
Okay. So I've got 50 that I can
Mm.
add.
Okay. Does anyone else have that? What do I have?
I have hempen rope. That's
Then you've
what
got
we-
50.
rope too.
Yeah.
So that'll be 100 feet.
Yeah.
Should be
Okay.
That's
So-
enough.
That should be
Tie
it.
them together. What you're doing is you're basically forfeiting 5 and 5 to kind of get a secure bind. And then, like I said, it's going to be about 20 of rope, 5 for the tie, and then 15 for the connect. So you'll have it drop, it'll hit the water with kind of a nice little. And there's like a bit of it kind of twine, or like, snaking on the surface of the water. And
Okay.
who's going to descend first?
Can Gil just jump in?
If you want to risk it, you can.
No, Gil, don't do it. Not.
He's the water elf.
Gil, are you trying to jump into that water?
Do you?
Well,
No, you
I mean,
don't know how deep it
are
is.
you expecting the dragon to swim?
I just need to know if you're jumping in or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Bear with
go.
me here. I have issues.
It's so cool.
Ooh.
That's
So-
so neat.
As you go and drop, I need you to make an athletics check.
so cinematic.
What'd you get?
20.
Okay, so you see that as you're going like into the hole, that it looks like it's a lot more shallow. Once you're able to kind of see past you're in
The
light,
shadow.
and there's shadow, and then there's like light down there, but it's also casting kind of like a glamour across the water, so you can't really see the depth. But once you get past your light into the shadow, you're seeing more in that light. So you kick off of the wall just a little bit to land in the water here, and in
Okay.
doing so, you have enough room to kind of like enter the water without smashing your head, limbs, or what have you into the bottom floor. But the second that you hit, you do see kind of like a refraction or something from the surface of the water. It almost looks like there's a shadow that plays across whatever light is in this space.
Oh. Okay, so he'd swim back to the surface and kind of take a look around. Notice the light source, obviously. But like you said that there was kind of something that blocked that for a second
There was
when
like
he
a
went
shadow
under.
that played across the light. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so he'd be looking to see if like there's anything moving down here.
Okay. And meanwhile, up above, is anybody starting their descent down or no?
After you guys. I insist.
I'll go.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
climb down the rope though.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna jump.
Yeah, don't jump. Climb.
Do you come to the surface, Gil, and yell that?
I feel like he would come to
Jump,
the surface
climb.
and like grab the rope and shake it.
Okay. Whoever was first
And,
on the
like-
docket for rolling, or for going down the rope, roll initiative, and Gil roll initiative.
Bro.
Oh.
Kimmy was just saying earlier, is John planning something fucked up?
Always.
Seems too happy.
Welcome to playing a game with John.
So,
Right?
in the edge of your dark vision, as you're kind of acclimating to not being in bright sunlight, you see a man in kind of heavy armor with a massive bolt weapon, kind of moving around the pillar there. And as he comes to vision, he fires the weapon. This is a surprise round, so he will be shooting you with the weapon. You are in water, so I'm giving you +2 to your AC for cover.
Yay.
But he is kind of taking a shot at you with advantage. So he takes the shot. Does
You're rolling in the open.
yeah, it does a 15 hit. It was
No.
not intentional, but I don't know how that's the case. It says always roll whisper rolls. So 15 misses.
Yeah, with the extra AC.
It hits the water just near like your neck, and at a point where it kind of just skims across the water and stops just near your head. And he kind of and very quickly pulls another bolt and starts loading it. Gil, you're surprised during this round. Sarah, you are surprised during this round, and you hear combat, so you're kind of like on the rope, like what? And then it goes to him again. You are no longer surprised, so he no longer has advantage on you. He will be taking another shot, this time not in the open. 19 will hit, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he will deal... That can't be right. Huh. Okay. Okay, it is right. You technically haven't taken a round yet, so he will get that bonus. Okay, so it looks like it'll be a total of 9 damage as he kind of hits you in the shoulder. A little bit of, your blood kind of enters into the water. But at that point, his surprise is concluded. And I will go ahead and cut to a combat music.
Wait.
And it goes to Gil.
Alright.
And everyone else who is on the docket after Sarah's initiative, go ahead and roll initiative. This is your surprise round, as I'm assuming Sarah passes the information upwards. That makes sense?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
I would totally yell, "Someone's down here firing bolts!"
We're taking shots.
Yeah.
Over here.
Not in the cool way.
And you would have heard like Gil curse and shit when he got it. Alright, so do I have a swim speed? I
You
feel
do.
like I
So,
should.
in all honesty, you can move directly at him, and there's no inhibition for you because of your sea elfness. You can literally just
Okay.
straight line to him the number of squares that you would normally move.
Alright, that, and then he's gonna.
Oh, and let me do
Just-
something to make it more, because I do see something happening on the map that's not supposed to. There, grid.
Aha!
Okay, so you just kind of race in the water, get to the shore, quickly kind of take the foot and rush towards him.
Yeah. And then bonus action shillelagh.
Okay. So as you're coming out of the water, your stick is cast to the side.
Fuck.
It starts glowing. You swing it. As he kind of sees you coming, he kind of moves to the side, and you slam into the remainder of the column, kind of as you kind of back away. And he is done, or Gil is done. Sorry, you're up. So you are, I would say, 30 feet above the water. You can drop, but due to the rope's position over the water, it will potentially result in falling damage.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can climb the rope. If you do so at your normal speed and you don't have a climb speed, you're going to have 15 feet around. But if you dash, you can move 30 and get to the water. But that's all you'll be able to do. Or you can just let go and fall and potentially, take an amount of damage that's not good. It's up
I'm
to
gonna finish climbing the rope.
Okay,
I'm
and are
gonna
you
just-
moving fast?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the water level and you are going to be right there. Alright, Sarah done. It goes to the top of the initiative. I'm going to reorder. The thug will still be going in the beginning. So, as you kind of move up towards him, you see him kind of drop the crossbow off to the side, and you hear a loud, metal sound that almost sounds like it's kind of grating through a metal shaft. And when he returns the crossbow to face you, you can see this massive blade has extended from the bottom of the crossbow, and he stabs at you as if the weapon were a spear. He's going to make 2 attacks with it. 21 to hit and 12 to hit. So the 21 will work. It'll do 7 piercing damage as he lances you with the bayonet. Alright, Gil, you're up.
Ow!
As he kind of stabs you the first time, then swings and misses the second time, you see him kind of move, not actually moving, kind of keeping close to that column for cover purposes because he hears others coming. But as he's doing so, you can see this just grin on his face as he's kind of seeing that you're now bleeding.
Mm-hmm. Alright, cool. I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
And then get back into the water.
Okay. So if you disengage and go for the water, you could get your full speed. So you could move into the depth of the water so that you would basically be invisible to him.
Yeah.
You just kind of rush towards the water, jump, and dive in. And
Yeah.
whoosh. And he kind of replies after, "Come on, we were having fun." Gil done. Sarah, you're kind of in the water.
In it.
Your speed will be halved for movement in the water, so 5, 10, 15, 20 to get to the shore,
Okay.
which will be there. And then once you're past that point, you'll have free move.
You said here?
Yep. And now you can move. You'll have 10 feet of movement left, so you can get to him if you kind of pop in the diagonal.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to rage,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then,
Attack him with the glaive. Okay.
yes, please.
That'll hit.
Ooh.
All right.
Pop.
As it gets slapped in the shoulder with it. Okay. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Cindrix, you are up at the top. It sounded like you were not getting close to the barrel. You were not going to be first on the docket to go down there. So if you're just kind of up there, you can do what you want, but you can't see into the hole without getting in the way and being the next one down.
Okay. Ugh.
So if you want to go before everyone else who's up there, you can. Just letting you know that it's...
And I hold my action and go down there to be the last person down.
Well, you can
Because
just cycle. So we're not doing hold on this game, like Pathfinder-y kind of stuff. It's ready to do something, but unfortunately there's nothing that would trigger that would be once I've already moved. So you're just kind of cycling your initiative if that's the case. If you're
Okay,
waiting for others
yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
You can always heroically take the dodge action. That gives you advantage on like attacks and stuff against you.
Yeah, if you're not going to do anything your turn, take the dodge action.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better than
That's-
doing nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you heroically dodge.
And in some cases,
Then-
in my opinion, it's oftentimes better than doing something.
It can be an optimal defense strategy, especially for a front line, is to just stand there and dodge and just fucking not get hit. Stand there and kite, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the play-by-post,
Gotcha.
I have a 21 AC, and I always dodge, and I just rush up to the front, and nobody can hit me.
Yeah.
I've never taken damage. I've taken some temporaries. It's hilarious. Kuira, you're next. Again, straight down the barrel. You can get onto the rope. If you dash, you'll be moving double your speed. You would need to move 10 feet to get to the hole in the first place. So then it would be 20 down if you dash. Or, let me do the math right. 25 down if you dash.
Okay.
Half
Let's do
of
it.
50. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, you're 20 feet off the water. So you can see. You're kind of hanging here. You can see the back of Sarah, and you can see some interloper in the shadows who appears to be wielding some sort of firearm-like shaped device, attacking with a blade on the front of it. All right.
Can I use a free action to let go of the rope?
You sure can.
Okay, I'll do
Okay.
that.
So, do you have acrobatics trained?
I don't.
Okay. So, or do you have athletics trained?
I don't.
All right. So 2d6. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water and then
Oh
sink
wait.
below.
Can I use a reaction?
What would the reaction be?
Featherfall.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Why didn't you say that? I rolled boxcars. So you
Sorry.
slowly descend into the water. You could have,
I know, done it from the first place, but you know, I was sleeping train.
Tommel, you're up.
Tommel will yell down, "Do you need more help?"
Yes.
In response to that,
He'll-
as he's kind of like rubbing his arm from the glaive hit, he says, "How many fucking people are there?
All the people!
Oh my god, there's so many people."
Regrets.
Oh
Regrets.
On a
Why'd you come
Tuesday.
into my hovel
my god! On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday?
Oh.
In it. Tuesday D&D. So what are we doing, Tommel?
Tommel will do the same, and jump down, fall, and cast Featherfall,
Okay.
and then for my action, can I cast Firefall Bolt as I'm feather falling?
Yes, due to the fact that you're not grounded, I am going to say that. No, fuck it. Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
verbal somatic. Like I'm just like floating
No,
down, does the thing. Like,
It's not that. It's more the like
The physics of it.
you're not on ground. It's not where you're typically used to firing the firebolt, but I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's rad.
Can it shoot him backwards?
He does have cover from you, but because of the pillar.
okay.
But other than that, 14 will miss him.
okay.
Kind of smashes against the column next to Sarah. You kind of look back and see the bunny kind of just like clothes kind of billowing with wind as he's kind of descending, and then he kind of almost steps right onto Kuira's head and kind of goes, oh, and she kind of just shuffles to the side a little bit in the water, and then he goes clung. And his ears going straight up, so they try to like stay dry.
I have movement though. I can swim out, right?
Oh right, because yeah, you moved 10, so you still have 20 left. So that means you can get to the shore.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna get to where I can like.
Well-
I imagine like it's
Hold
just
on.
Tommel's head like out of the water.
Sorry,
Or is that not short?
Yeah, it's going to be 10 feet. You don't have a swim speed.
Okay. Then
Yeah, that's good.
10 feet closer is fine.
Garen.
Okay, would I have enough? So, is there enough clearance for me to kind of hop in and be flying on my way down since they're further falling? Or
So you can kind of drop, and then once you got it clear of the kind of cavity or the stair cavity, you can kind of flutter your wings out and fly. So yeah, I'm absolutely fine with you kind of dropping and falling a distance and then flying. That's okay.
okay. How much move speed would that take?
I'm gonna say it'll take half for each, like, because you're actually like flying and intending to. So it's 10 feet to get into the hole. Then it'd be 5 feet to fall to a distance where you can flutter. So we're at 15, and so you have 15 from the same position that is her, and you would be altitude-wise, you are 30 feet above them. Everything
Okay.
make sense there?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I will.
Okay.
Go
Are you
here.
descending further or no?
I will not.
Okay. So what you'll note
Then.
is
Oh,
that
sorry.
the ceiling, as you kind of come to it, it's at that point it actually lowers on the northern half
Oh.
of this room. So from this point, I'll kind of draw a line across. From this
Yep.
point, kind of over to the end, it's only about 10 feet high. But the portion of the room that you're in right now, the ceiling looks like it's fallen away.
Okay.
And there's like a lot of space above you, like a cavity of earthen kind of, rock. There's also a bunch of, in the ceiling, there looks like there are a bunch of roots that are kind of entangled throughout. And as a druid, you would know that's probably from the tree stump that's outside.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so he's up in. Would he? I'm assuming he would have noticed me.
Yeah, yeah. And if
Yeah.
you're firing at him, he'll have cover due to the pillar.
Right. I'm gonna put a thorn web. I'll stay up there and do a dodge action.
Okay. Kind of flutter in the air, kind of, wings kind of turning and getting
Yep.
ready to flutter one way or the other. He kind of looks at that, looks at the things that are kind of happening. There's a look on his face, and it's kind of like this moment of, like, doubt, panic. You're not sure what it is. Like, he definitely feels like the walls are closing in on him. But he passes his wisdom save, and he fights on, so he's going to continue stabbing. But this time, new target, Sara. Attack. You didn't attack recklessly, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So for the first one, he kind of brings in the weapon. You kind of bring the glaive down shaft-wise and like knock the weapon down. Once he has it lowered on the ground, he kind of pushes up and then lifts and it kind of juts into your chest. You take 5 points of piercing damage as he just kind of grazes your tummy with the point of the blade. And
Tickles.
that's it for him. Goes to Gil, who is crying under the sea.
He's making the water salty with his
Where'd Gil
tears.
go?
And blood.
Gilgo, brother of Bilbo.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, so he'll swim back to the surface now that there's other people down here.
mhm.
And
Safety in numbers.
yes. He will come over here.
Okay.
Is this a he can shoot over that, right?
Yeah, it's fallen. It's a fallen piece of stone.
Okay.
It's the pillar
So-
knocked out.
Okay, so he'll pull out his longbow and shoot at this
Okay.
fucker.
That'll miss. Bounces off of his half plate. Gil
Alright.
done. Sara, you're up. Still raging.
Yes. I'm gonna hit him again.
That'll miss.
Can I,
If you have inspiration, you can spend it. Otherwise, you can't retroactively reckless.
no, I was gonna ask if I could bonus attack.
Well, you have a Storm Herald feature. You can do that. Bonus actions can't be attacks unless you have something that says, "Oh, the Polearm Mastery." Yeah. You
Yeah.
Can swing the back shaft of it. Sure.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
That will hit him dead on.
Okay.
All right. So kind of catch him across the face. You can see that he's now kind of bleeding from his lip from that attack, kind of looking at you like angrily. All right, Cindric's up above. Everybody's jumped into the hole. It's just you up there. You want to slowly climb down?
Yeah, he's trying to hype himself up first. It's like, okay, just water, just water, just water.
Slowly
He's
lowering yourself into your hell.
Yeah.
Oh, oh god, no. If you want to go the full route and move quickly, you can. Or if you'd like to like move your 15 down and then take the dodge action, that would also be fine.
Kind of like at the very like before his foot like touched the ground, he's like, he's probably gonna take a dodge roll on the rope.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to
Guess
be.
going.
If you make it 15 down, you'll be 35 above the water. So you still got a little bit
Okay.
of ways to descend, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cindric's done. Quiera, you are up, and well, you're in the water. Tommel kind of bunny hops out of the water onto the coast, and yeah, you're right behind.
So I've got like, so let's say these are double move, like
Yeah.
these two.
Difficult
Okay.
terrain for moving through the water. Unless you have swim speed.
No.
So it'll take you 20 to get to where Tommel's at, and then you can move 10 beyond that. So that'd be 5 so far. You have 5 more if you want to go. And keep in mind the Owlin is above you, so you can
Wait,
move in the
here
same space.
and here.
I'm sorry?
Can I make it here?
No, not at all. So it would have taken you 20 to get to adjacent to Tommel, so you can move 5, and then you can move 5.
Oh,
You
okay,
can
cool.
move to these 3 spaces. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
Alright.
12 will miss.
He dodges behind the column, seems to be getting a lot of use out of it. It just kind of dashes as you kind of try to get an aim around Sara. Alright. Tommel.
Can I move like that?
Perfect.
Ooh, whoa. I lost sight. That's weird.
Oh yeah, there should be light. Sorry.
That's okay. It's like there's a wall.
Oh god. Yeah, hold on. Fixing.
Thank you. Sorry.
Forgot about the above dynamics.
Yeah.
As above,
Since
so
you've
below.
already, yeah, since you've already been to those spaces and you have them on Explorer mode, I'll just remove them.
Yep. And then Leash Firebolt.
Okay,
Oops.
that'll hit.
18. For a single damage.
Aw, no! It's
Alright.
like a cute little Tommel size damage.
So yeah, Scarin, what you're kind of seeing here, just to make sure you understand the
Awesome.
environment aerially, the southern half of the chamber looked like it had a ceiling, but the ceiling has fallen away, and it looks like most of the rubble is kind of like screed into the pool at some point. It's kind of just sloughed off that way. Above the structure was earth and like dirt. They built it subterraneally, and that has like roots that are growing out, which you presume probably caved in the worked stone structure. So at the height that you're at, there's a ceiling that's 30 foot high, but just to the north of you where Tommel just ran in, the roof is 20 feet below you and is only 10 feet above the ground.
I was going to kind of go this way, and I
Okay.
wanted to be about 10 feet above him.
Yeah, that's fine.
I figured that'd be around 30.
Yeah.
Then I was gonna Thorn Whip.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, that'll work. Give me the damage.
not the right thing.
Ooh.
And I guess I pulled him 10 feet closer to me.
All right, and then he obviously falls. So he will make an acrobatics check, as he is trained in it. Go ahead and roll 2d or 15 feet, round up. Yeah, 2d6 for me. Okay. So he will take no damage as he hits the ground and kind of rolls back to his feet. He'll take no damage from the fall.
Yep.
Okay. Scarin done. Goes to him. He is going to lance with the bayonet into Sara. 19 will hit. And he will deal my best roll so far. After having, it'll be a total of 6. And then, as he kind of lances into you and kind of pushes you back with the blade, you watch him very quickly reach down and pull a bolt, lance it, or like just throw it into the position, point it up at the Owlin and fire. He has disadvantage because he's firing in while he's in melee. But an 18 on the low die still hits the Owlin.
Yeah, totally.
He's going to do 7 piercing to you.
Ouchie.
Alright. He's done. It goes to Gil.
Alright.
Longbow out. Keep in mind the Owlin's above ground, so you can fire in that.
Okay, so as a bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike. Wait, what? Why did it do that?
Keep in mind, it's just one guy, so if you want to cast spells, that are leveled, you can. But if not, that's cool.
Oh. I'm just...
He's also really bloodied.
Okay. Can I just shoot him instead?
Yeah, absolutely. I also am a fan of doing cool stuff, but yeah, 12 will miss.
Yeah, I was gonna try and give myself advantage, but clearly it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. So Gil done, Sara up.
Okay.
Get him.
14 will miss. Alright.
Can I-
Swing around with the butt of it. Yep. Go ahead and do the damage. Alright.
Oh.
So as you kind of lance down, he kind of still in this position, kind of just whips the crossbow, kind of catches the glaive head and pushes it off to the side. As it hits against the pillar, you use the momentum of it having a hard position to force the rest of the pull on forward. Slams him directly in the face. Do you intend to kill him, or do you intend to knock him unconscious?
I'm gonna knock him unconscious
Okay.
because I'm sure you're
Bam! Right in the side of the temple. You just watch him just crumple. He falls unconscious right in front of you. Alright. That's the end of that fight. Okay, so yeah, I leave the aftermath to you. I'll go ahead and switch the music back to ambiance, and I'll get rid of the initiative track.
Sara would turn to Quiura and let her know that he's still alive. Just
Well, that's good. We can definitely. Oh, sorry, everything crashed.
I do wanna do one thing
Yeah.
real quick. I just want to focus on this. This is intentional, and I want to make sure it's very well detailed and described. Cindrix, as you're kind of making your way down the rope slowly, you get above the water, and you realize that there's no way you're going to be able to get down without touching the water unless you somehow swing and then like leap out and land on the shore.
So, Gil will grab the rope
Uh-huh.
and swim towards the shore and see if he can get
Helping him. Okay.
Sara.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, Cindrix kind of like scaredy cat holding to the rope.
You know,
and you're
he
like,
gets all the way to the shore and then lets go, so he swings back.
if you help Cindrix across, then he's able
Yeah.
to get onto shore without stepping into water and not like submerging himself.
Cindrix,
Oh,
get down here. Gil is very hurt. He needs
Yeah.
Praise. Sorry, but praise.
He'll,
Praise Solomon.
divine dragon.
he'll just kind of
Stop.
crawl out of the water and then just flop on his back and just be like,
Oh.
I'm good. Yeah, great.
I can heal you. You need. Here, let me heal you. Bit. Look injured. He's gonna
Go ahead and roll
Healing word you.
your heal. Meanwhile, Sara, you said you were doing something. I'm sorry. What did you say you were doing?
Oh, nothing. I guess I'll use the rest of my rope and tie him up since
Okay.
he is still alive.
Good work, Sarah.
Okay. You pull out some rope and start kind of binding him. Go ahead and make a dexterity check. Just on the left side, just hit the dexterity.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you do your best. Obviously, noble training wasn't rope tying, but you feel like you tie everything tightly and you've got a good bind on him. Tommel, while that's happening and while Kira's kind of like micromanaging the healing and Cindric's descent, it looks like you're heading over to his camp.
Yes.
So it looks like he has a mining pick, and it looks like there is, strangely, a bottle of red paint with a small brush on it. It just looks like it's dried over. The brush looks like it's not seen use for at least a day or two. His bindle looks like it's pretty standard explorer's kit fare, so it's an explorer's pack. Sans probably like 4 days worth of rations. So he's been down here for a little while. The fire he has going looks like it's kind of ascending upwards, and the smoke seems to be kind of rising um, into the stone, which is weird. But it looks like it's finding some outlet that's not the door you came through, somewhere in the stone. And you also didn't see any smoke rising from anywhere else, so where that smoke is going, you can't be certain. That said, you'd also see that the ground has stones that appear to have similar markers to the ones that were on the steps. These ones are a lot more legible, and the names are something that you could jot down. I will state, though, none of them are worth me coming up with a name for you to write down. However, historically, for your character, they're important.
Yeah, I imagine Tommel would jot down as much as he could.
Okay.
Or at least start notating while the rest of the party's
and you're just
doing
kind
whatever.
of moving around the room scanning. Is that fair?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All right.
imagine unless someone else goes and rummages through the stuff.
Queera, after settling the gill damaged and the Cindric's rope situation, do we have John back or no? Is he still making pudding? Pudding still? Okay. So then I'll go to you, Queera. You've got the group kind of together. You're watching Asara's binding. You can do what you like.
Well, I'm definitely curious about, like, I'm sorry, I may have missed if Tommel, like, actually dug through all of the belongings.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an explorer's pack, a miner's pick, a jar of paint with a paintbrush, and the paint looks like it's very kind of like solid on the top, like it hasn't been properly kept.
Tommel, you didn't find any journals or letters, anything like that?
Not in this stuff, but I didn't check him, to be fair.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
You'd also see that there's a bit of weaponry and some other stuff kind of on the northern wall there. This is mostly just kind of kit. It looks like some of the boxes are marked with the league marker, and the weaponry that's kind of out and about looks like it would be standard kit for your crew.
So stolen from the League.
Like they took this camp over instead of actually like making it themselves.
Okay.
Once Tommel makes his comment about that he hasn't checked the prisoner, can I just start turning out his pockets?
Yeah, absolutely. So the thug will have again, not shown on the token's generic, but he's wearing a purple hood, half plate. He has the heavy crossbow, which has a bayonet attached, and he also has a coin purse that looks like it has 5 gold pieces in it, and that's it. He also has a spyglass.
Spyglass. I'm just gonna take all the
And
belongings.
make a perception check, Sarah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So do we detect magic on any of on like the spyglass, for example?
So if you cast detect magic and kind of peer about the room, the only magic that's kind of placed here in this space is the sarcophagus on the western wall. He doesn't have any magic on him, and everybody who has magic on your group, you would kind of know it.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yeah, Gil would be interested in the sarcophagus.
Okay.
He would kind
Can
of
we-
look for any sort.
Well, not everybody all at once. Let me explain what's on the
Sorry,
altar real
sorry.
quick,
No.
and then
Sorry, I
you can
just
decide what
crashed.
you want to do. No worries. So the sarcophagus looks like it has a sword laid out on it. The sword itself doesn't look like it's removable. It almost looks like it's like settled in the stone, like the stone was kind of warped around it. But it looks like a functioning sword. The placement of the kind of locking mechanisms isn't apparent, and as an artificer, Clear, you're kind of looking at it, trying to find like how this thing opens, and you're pretty sure that has to do with the magic, because the magic aura that's kind of emanating is blue, and as we discussed, magic aura-wise, blue is abjuration. That means it's defensive magic. So you do see that there is a small panel, kind of recessed panel, on the front, what you would consider the front of the placement, and this rectangular flat recess has words carved directly above it that look like they're written in the Ordric tongue. Legible, but written in the Ordric tongue. If you speak Vazriel or Jernarin, I'll allow you to be able to read it. If not, Sara knows this language. And you know Sara knows this language.
Sarah, can you come translate?
Sure.
The article reads as follows. The key is found within your heart and within your head. Use the key to paint me red. Be aware of what you spurn, for what you give shall be returned.
The key is in your heart and in your head.
Posting.
The key is found within your heart and within your head. Use the key to... Okay, so we're gonna have to
Mhm.
bleed on it.
Yeah.
Or-
Gil's already got a knife out. He's like,
Aren't I already
Jesus.
bloody? Can't you just?
no, he can. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can just take some blood off.
Gil,
of his
you
face
don't...
and just-
You're covered in blood.
Yeah,
Right.
like he's already like scooping it and like smearing it on
Oh.
the little rectangle.
Okay, is that the case? Okay. So yeah, if you do, your blood kind of enters into the recess. You see the words kind of glow with magic. You then see the sword start to glow with magic. The blood seems to kind of enter into the stone, as if the stone had pores. You then watch as blood seems to boil up around the sides of the sword. You then see the sword start to lift off of the sarcophagus, the blood seemingly pushing it up into the air. As it does so, the blood starts to take form. A hand forms around the sword, and this form starts to take shape in a humanoid figure. After a few moments, the form correctly and accurately depicts Gil, standing before you with a sword, eyes blood red in madness, sword thrown down to the side, prepared to attack. Roll initiative.
Should have used Tomo's
Oh my
blood.
god!
This would have been a much easier fight if it was Tomo's blood.
Oh my!
Crazed rabbit warrior.
Oh jeez.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't use my blood.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Second that.
I was waiting to see who was actually going to do it and just create a copy of them, so I need to just discard your rights.
Wait, what?
Fucking awesome phrase out of context.
Oh, yeah.
What did he just say?
Pardon?
I just need to discard your rights.
Oh yeah.
Move those to the recycle bin.
Credit card number.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
You
wait,
just
hold on.
reset. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wow, that's interesting. The token.
I can
Oh.
just keep track of mine.
Yeah, please do. I seem to have created a copy of you. Go ahead and reduce your hit points down. The copy. That's funny.
Why is the HP bar so fat?
Yeah, because he's new.
He's a chunky boy.
That's weird.
You shouldn't
Okay.
actually be seeing it. Is the thing though. That's the fun.
Well,
part.
It was weird when it was like really chubby.
We can.
Obviously, can. I am changing that.
I'll let you know when I can't.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Give me a
Well,
second.
I know how many hit points I have.
Proof of
so if he's a
concept.
copy.
You can still see his hit points?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, the bar, yeah.
Your hit
I
points
can
didn't
see a
change.
health bar.
Okay.
The health bar didn't change. It's
Oh, right,
still
right.
full from what we can see.
I know why. I figured it out.
I love how this
Now the
guy
health
was.
bar is gone.
Okay, great.
So
There you go.
I love how their solution to this riddle was to literally paint it with red paint.
Yeah. Well, I'll explain why that might have been the case later. But yeah.
After
okay.
we die? Okay.
After Gil kills you.
I imagine it has to do with the language translations, not reading it in the actual
Yeah.
language.
There's a smart lad. Okay. So, descending. Cindrix, you're first as a copy of Gil with blood eyes is formed out of blood from the sarcophagus. Fight me.
It's just as weird. It's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna use Battle-Wise Valor on Sara.
Okay. Battle-wise Valor gives +1 to melee attack rolls, +1 to AC,
Yep,
and +2
AC
to
and-
dex rolls.
Yep.
Cool. Cindrix
And
done.
good.
Scarin, you
Oh.
are grounded. You probably would have landed. We didn't really get a chance to talk to you before they
Yep.
started
Yep. Yeah.
doing shit.
I'll move over here. No, Thorn Whip up.
Okay. Throw it. That'll
No, it
miss.
won't.
Oh no!
Alright. Scarin done. Tommel, you're up.
Just gonna step up a little bit and throw a firebolt at it.
Cool.
14.
Miss. Okay. Gil, you might be the first person to hit yourself.
Yeah. Alright. You know what? Fucking Zephyr Strike. I don't even give a shit.
Okay,
I will use the spell to kill myself.
go for it.
Alright. And then.
spins the staff that he's wielding, or the sword that he's wielding, and blocks it. So yeah, he's wielding a sword, not a stick.
Oh my god.
No!
Gil done. Sara,
Oh,
you are up.
you can't hurt your pretty face.
Can I reckless attack?
Yeah. You don't
How
have
do
to
I-
rage to do it. You would have. The minute would have ended, so you're not still rated.
Yeah.
But yeah, reckless. You just throw the attack. We'll use the higher of the 2 dice rolls. So 19 will hit. All right. He's going to use his reaction, blood transference. Gil, you take 6 slashing damage.
Oh, and the +2 from the
Not right.
the Battle-Wise. Oh, okay.
Battle Lights Valor. Yeah, sorry. You're right. So 8 damage.
Oh.
Gil?
Unfortunately-
I get.
Oh no!
I get 8 damage?
Yeah. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Fine.
Gil,
Wait,
sorry!
Wait a second. No, I take it back.
What's
I don't.
happening?
Anyway, done. It'll go to Gil. Oh, I'm sorry.
Gil 2.0.
Which Gil?
Okay, let's see. Make sure that my Shadow Gil is rolling into private because I'm a horrible DM. Is going to make an athletics check to jump over Queera and land. This will provoke opportunity attacks from Sara, Cindrix, and that's it.
Okay, well,
So you can use your reaction to make an attack if you'd like.
no. Actually, I do have an ancient short sword,
I
so
get
I'm
it.
probably gonna use that.
Okay, go ahead and throw it.
Okay.
That'll miss.
Question.
Ah.
Uh,
Go ahead, Gil.
If Cindrix gets an op-tac, do I?
No. Oh yeah, sorry, Cindrix wouldn't. You're right. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I messed it up because there's a pillar there. Technically, we can't attack each other, but I'm still in the threatened space. You're right. So Cindrix wouldn't have gotten opportunity attack. But
Okay.
Sara. So, Sarah, do you want to use your reaction to attack him as he jumps away from you?
Do I have to attack? Can
You
I
don't
just?
have to. You can choose not to.
Can I grapple? I can't grapple,
No,
right?
you can on a reaction attack. You can't. No.
I don't want to attack because I'm hurting Gil.
No, you're what?
Because when I hurt,
When
you took the damage when I
No.
sliced.
Sorry, you would see that is an effort. It looked like something was done by the copy to force it. It was a reaction to do
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay.
It did regain its reaction when it started its turn, but yeah, you would know
Okay.
that it's only going to be once per turn. It's going to be able to transfer to Gil.
Okay, then I do want to attack. I apologize. I thought
Okay.
if I hurt the
But-
copy.
Like I said, the reaction is reactive because it's back up because it did start its turn. So it's up to you.
You still have the
One of us is gonna have to proc it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Great.
and
So-
the Battleized Valor
That's
too.
it, right there.
Top
You
of
did
it.
it. You procced it, but
So Battleized Valor will grant the +2 to damage rolls.
Yeah.
So it'll be a total of 9 damage, which it will use its reaction to shift to Gil. So Gil, you take 9 as the blood
No.
pain is actually transferred to you.
and he drops to the
Okay.
ground.
Once he lands behind Queera and watches the ally fall, the copy fall, he spins about with a sword and lances it towards you, Queera. He's going to make a single attack because that's all he can do. But before he does so, he is going to cast a spell.
What a dick.
He's going to cast Zephyr Strike.
God damn it.
Oh.
And he makes his
no.
attack. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay. After attacking you, he is going to then move to here. You get opportunity attacks, I think? Let me double check. No, Zephyr Strike says you get no opportunity attacks. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
Alright. He is done. It goes to Queera.
Alright, Quiora charges forward. As she moves, her armor starts to kind of do like a kind of thing. And does a 20 hit?
Oh.
That'll do 6 thunder.
Sadly, no tricks to cause you to kill Gilmore. So just a solid. And the next attack, next turn attack rolls against targets other than you will have disadvantage. Okay. We are done. Cindrix, you're up.
Okay. So would I know that if I heal him back up, he's able to still do damage to Gil?
I'm not telling
With their
you anything
reaction.
besides what I've told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know
Oh,
anything. You just know
I
that
don't-
he's on the ground
Yeah. Oh.
without being hit, technically.
Well, no, you would see that the creature, once hit, kind of focuses on the wound, and then you watch the wound like transfer, like float through the air and slam onto Gil.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm afraid he could. I don't want Gil to die. I don't know. We hit him. You know, he's gonna use another. He's gonna use healing word on Gil.
Well, if you're not planning on attacking, I would suggest Cure Wounds. It does do a bit more heal bang for your buck.
Yeah, I
Since you're
don't have
already-
it prepared.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, I
No worries.
should
You're-
have hindsight.
You're a blaster caster in a way, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
7 back for Gil, and then as your action, do you want to Sacred Flame the evil Gil?
Oh yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, that's a bonus action. Forgot.
that is one of the other benefits of Healing Word.
And I red dotted the evil Gil, so we don't get them mixed up.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna.
There is no
Move
chance for that
here.
because mine has bright red eyes.
Okay, he's gonna use the Holy Lance
Okay.
on Evil Gil.
14
Yeah,
hits.
nice. Darn. Oh,
Scared.
Okay.
Oh, in my mind, it was like a blood silhouette version of Gil, not just like a copy.
Oh, no. It's an exact copy, except the eyes are blue.
Literally another
I
Gil
was
with
doing,
glowing
like,
eyes.
flubber
You know,
made of blood.
you ever
like,
see- you ever
but
see-
shaped like Gil.
The way I imagine it worked, have you ever seen Blade, like the original
Yeah,
Blade?
yeah.
Yeah, so like when
Yeah.
the guy kind of like shifts blood and like then like reappears as himself, it kind of did that.
Yeah.
And it was also that level of graphics too. I just want to make sure we know what
Yeah.
the budget level of our game is.
Heal for 6.
100%.
Aw.
Classic 90s, 2000s. Okay.
So I move 15, and move another 15. Then he'll bonus action wild shape into a sea spawn.
Okay.
Did you say sea sponge?
Despawn?
Sea spawn.
Oh,
No.
I thought you said sea sponge. And I was like, wait.
No. That would be pretty rad though. Sea sponges are cool.
They're
Right?
poisonous, right?
I had a hard time finding one with all the attacks on it, but I found one.
Was that on the list?
It was.
Okay.
Right after Rust Monster.
Rust monsters are great. Alright.
Then that's
so-
my turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move your token, real token, up there.
Yep.
Okay. It'll go to Tommel.
Just gonna try to hit the thing again. What's that? 22?
You said 22?
Yes.
That'll hit.
3 damage. So good.
We're doing great. Alright. I'm scolding Jonah in the chat. 3 damage goes to the real kill who's prone. Stand up as half your movement.
Alright. He will stand up. And then longbow.
That will hit. Ow. That's not good. He is bloodied. Okay. And then that's it.
I believe so.
Sarah,
Okay, I'm gonna.
rush over and smash his face.
Yes. Or no. Oh, I have advantage, right?
You wouldn't unless you said you were reckless, but I don't remember you saying that.
You're right, I didn't. Then I hit it. Okay, so I
Hold on.
missed.
That'll work.
Oh, let's go!
Pull
Let's
Yes,
go!
honey.
Tell me how you kill Gil.
Yeah,
Explain
wait,
in
no!
detail. You don't
Sorry,
have to.
Gil.
You smash
I'm
the
just
head.
No,
gonna-
you're just like,
Yeah.
stop touching shit!
Once you kind of just rush the pole into his face, it explodes. Blood kind of splatters onto the ground, but it very quickly kind of just starts suffing, like kind of like turning into smoke and then just dissipating from the air. The only thing that remains of the creature entirely is the sword, which lays on the ground.
Hold on, before we move forward, Quiora looks to her right, and it's like, what the shit?
Scared will kind of just like look at it and be like,
Oh God! Oh, it's scaring.
And then
oh,
he'll
Jared, are you okay?
oh.
then he'll poof back and he'll be like, oh, I thought we'd be
Oh, do you want to poof back? Because that's a use of. I mean, that is a use of
You
wild
could
shape.
just stay
You
a
don't-
sea
You
monster.
don't have to transfer back.
I mean, I can't talk.
Yeah, you can't talk. You're animal intelligent.
It's fine.
Well,
It's
you're
fine.
not animal intelligent, but yeah,
They can't speak
they can understand
anything.
Yep.
They can understand. I'll just poof back. It's fine. I'll be like, well,
Did Gil?
thought that was gonna go longer, but I guess not.
Yes.
Well, now you know that
It's a
Gil
new.
is
That's a.
not a
Just
use.
It's a new one I've
Disturbing.
been working on.
And I
Anyway.
will make sure that
Nice.
you've got
It was nice.
that in your wild shape repertoire. Every time you use a new wild shape, I'll just add it to the list.
Thank you.
And for those watching at home, our friend Scarin is using a new druidic circle, which I've written, kind of based on the D&D movie, that allows him to wild shape into magical beasts, or monstrosities, as they're known in 5th edition. So, very, very cool. John.
Good intro.
Alright, so yeah, after the defeat of the creature known as Gil, and also the bandit before that, What would you like to do? Oh, sorry. The sarcophagus does open and reveal a dead body inside, and then there's the sword.
Can I inspect the dead body and the sword to try and identify this person?
Well, if you're looking at one, the other's on the other side. So you can look at the
Okay,
dead
and the
body.
body.
Yep. The dead body looks like it is a very
Dead.
strange corpse in that it looks like it looks like its blood is still very much kind of like fluid and bright red, and it
I don't
seems
like
to have
this.
kind of emitted out of the body and has kind
Mm-mm.
of coated it entirely. The face is this kind of horrific, kind of red skull-like shape with no eyes in the socket and just kind of like red fleshy bits in the interior, and the teeth are kind of bright white, kind of piercing through the red that's kind of seeping along the sides of the face. Um, it does look like in the individual's hand, it is holding what appears to be a rod. But the way it's kind of grasping the bottom portion of it and up towards the shaft. The top portion of it has like a bright blue crystal, and then the staff itself of the rod is kind of like a dark metal, possibly adamantine or just like really like burnished kind of iron.
Alright, am I able to tell if it's like if I try and take the rod, like something's gonna happen?
Now,
Oh.
do you want to make an investigation check?
Yeah.
Okay. And then while that's happening, Cleara, the sword drops to the ground in front of you from the blown up kill. Do you want to
We
take...
detect.
Yeah. It does glow magical.
We pick up.
Okay.
Am I spending 10 minutes with it?
If you'd like.
That more a question for the party than you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea, Tomo.
Okay. So
Tummel will get himself set up.
we're going to discuss a fun aspect of magic weapons and items in my setting. You detect magic on the weapon. You know that it is magical. You do not know the name of the weapon because Identify does not grant it to you. However, it does tell you what the traits that are available through Identify are. You know that this weapon requires it to be attuned to the person who wields it, and once it's attuned and wielded, it's a +1 to attack and damage rolls for the person wielding the sword. What that kind of indicates to you as a universalist is that it either has a curse or a blessing. So in this game, curses are bad and will do something once you attune to it, kind of lock you in. Blessings are like curses, but they're not bad.
I share all of that information.
The only way
As-
to identify if it has a curse is to either remove the curse, but you need to know how to. Sometimes remove curse will work, but sometimes it requires something else. Or cast legend lore on the item, which will tell you everything about the weapon. Or attune to it, which I believe is something Jonah suggested in the chat. Can't go
That
wrong
sounds
with
would.
that
He
sounds
would.
like a bit of a risk. Perhaps if there was a hot-headed paladin that was a part of this group, maybe they would want to do that. But otherwise, I don't think any of us should take such a risk. I can store it in my bag.
You're pretty sure, Gil, that there is nothing wrong with the rod.
Bag of holding.
Okay. Um, I feel like you would take like a handkerchief or something and kind of like try and slide it out of the gooey hands.
As you pry it, or try to pry it with the handkerchief, what you realize is it's not detachable. It appears to be connected inside the corpse, and there seems to be a mechanism inside the corpse that this isn't a rod, it's a lever. So when you pull up
Aha!
on it, it actually causes the entirety of the sarcophagus to fold in with kind of a sickening splat. Nothing goos outwards, but close it shut. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Success. You get your hand out of there before it
Whoa.
slams onto your hand. Then the entire platform descends into the earth very quickly, like it's just falling, free falling. There's now, I'm not putting it on there because this is kind of a temporary map, it's a space inside, but there is a hole where that sarcophagus was that just drops for quite a while. Maybe 100, maybe 200 feet. You don't know how far deep it goes because your dark vision does not see. But you just watch that sarcophagus fold on itself and then descend into darkness. And you're
What'd
pretty,
What'd you
hole.
do?
you're pretty sure if you weren't as quick on the draw, your hand would have been
I would have
caught.
gone with it.
And you would have come with it.
Okay, maybe I should.
What's making that noise?
It's like a loud whoosh.
What just happened?
You turn,
And
you
Gil
turn
just
look at
kind
Gil,
of
and Gil's
jumps
hands
back, like, oh,
whistle. I can't whistle.
no.
It's a fun fact about me. I don't know how to whistle. But yeah,
Oh.
Gil does, probably. Maybe.
So he's
Sea
just
elves
like-
gotta know how to whistle.
Yeah.
Yes, for all that time they spend in the air.
So-
More than fair.
Can blow bubbles. So he's just there, like,
When you try to whistle, do little bubbles come out?
yes.
That's so cute.
Oh
But,
my god.
Yeah, there's a hole. If you wish to explore it, you can. But yeah, besides that, it looks like the entirety of this room is pretty much cleared. The heavy crossbow with the bayonet is an item. The magical sword, and yeah, there's
So I have this thing.
okay.
Kuyura will grab like like a fist-sized piece of rubble, and will give it the property to shed bright light in a 5-foot radius.
Pull out some doohickeys and like copper wire and stuff. And you kind of wrap it around it, and it causes the stone to actually emanate like a magical charge of light. Take that, and just kind of
Toss it in.
It falls, it falls, it falls, it falls. Looks like it's about 150 feet before it hits something. And it looks like it's in a small chamber at the bottom that does look like it has some form of passageway that leads out from it.
Is this guy still knocked out and unconscious?
Yeah, he has not woken up yet. If you'd like to wake him, you can. At this point.
I
Looks
want
like
to
he's-
double check his bindings.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
You don't trust me, Gil?
I don't trust him.
They look like they're secured tightly to you. I mean,
Okay.
I don't. Again,
you.
similarly to whistling, I don't know why Gil would be using rope underwater too much. So
No.
more than
We
fair.
got seaweed.
Yeah,
There
sure.
we go.
We got seaweed.
You were just trying to kelp. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, Elizabeth. I mean, Jonathan.
No, that is not me. I am not that. But yeah, so you have the unconscious guy. If you'd like to browse him, you can.
I'll leave that to Kuyura.
Okay.
Whenever she's ready.
So yeah,
But if-
there's the descent into the hole. Like I said, it does look like they're down at the bottom of that hole. There does look like there's a passage out. It's not just a pit. And then yeah, you have the guy and so on.
Yeah, but like 150 feet, that's pretty fucking far down.
3 ropes.
Very far.
Rope?
Yep.
Scarin, you
Me.
have enough wing space because of its width. You could fly down, like you could slow glide.
That's about what he was about to
But
offer.
yeah, you would be by yourself, and there'd be a large distance between you and your friends. So it's up to you. whether
Is
or not-
it wide enough that he could carry a tiny friend?
Yeah, you could carry Tommel down, sure. I assume
Two's company.
I assume Tommel is more of a foot thing, not so much a. Because I don't draw feet, but I imagine Scarin's like feet are like owl feet,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and then his hands are like kind of also that. D&D doesn't make any sense. But yeah, if you wanted to take you two down, you can. But I mean, it's up to you. And then also, Queer Sarah's kind of looking to you for guidance
Yeah.
on the prisoner.
Well, if we probably need to question the prisoner, I'm sure. We can do that while Tommel and Skaren explore the pit.
Okay. Bear with me here.
Hit buddies. Goes for high
Hey,
five.
buddies.
Oh.
It's just a little hand down here, and Scarecrow's just like, what?
Scared bends way over and gives him a high five.
Before you go down, let me go
Oh.
guide you. It's gonna cast guidance on you.
Yeah,
Just-
the last a minute.
Just in case.
Yeah, just a minute, just in case.
Some
Alright.
shit happens in that first minute would be alright.
It's
Yeah,
alright, I'm
here.
not down there to poke things and pull levers.
So,
It'll be okay.
once you finally make it to the bottom of the shaft, the entirety of it on the whole way down is worked. When you get to the bottom, there's no sign of the sarcophagus. It doesn't appear that it's present. And also, I don't know why your tokens are showing big, chunky hit point boxes.
Who'd we lose?
Chunky now.
Did we lose somebody?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I had to reload
Oh.
it.
Oh, did you mess it up?
Oh, that happened to me too.
Yeah, same here. It's just
Hey.
roll 20 being.
Oh, we're good. Okay, I was just making sure that we didn't mess up the stream categories. So,
I have to take the dog out real quick.
okay, good luck. I'm going to explain the situation. So you get down to the bottom of the shaft. It's worked all the way down. At the very bottom of it, it looks like it gives way to a more natural structure. You can see that there was probably once a wooden passageway here. It looks like it's been broken open, and you can see that there are support struts ahead of you that look like they're holding up the stone, like this is some sort of mine shaft. Like I was saying, the sarcophagus, there does not appear to be any sign of it. Like, when it descended down, it's gone, and looking around, it doesn't look like it could have gone anywhere. So, don't know what happened there, but it did have a lot of magic on it, so...
To clarify, is it dark down here?
Double checking.
Because I don't have vision at the moment.
It is dark down here.
I do.
I thought, did she drop that thing down?
Yeah, there's probably a small little light. If you want to pick it up, you can.
There.
Do you want to? Zach?
Yeah, I guess that gives me 10 feet of light.
Oh,
I also have a lantern on me I could turn on.
Do you want to just do that?
Yeah, I have a bullseye lantern.
What does that give you? 120?
Fuck, yeah, I think so.
Directional? Okay.
60 foot in a
60, 60.
bright 60 foot dim, yeah.
And we're just going to give it to you 60-60 because you're kind of moving through a passageway. It's pretty single file. If something comes up behind you, it'll be dark and you'll have to turn around, but whatever.
It's fine.
Cool. So you got sight now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks like the passage goes ahead. There's a veering to the left, and then it looks like it continues on. It looks like one of the support struts has fallen over, and there's a body underneath it. Well, a skeleton underneath it.
So I'll move up 25 and try to...
Actually, I'm going to...
Could I roll stealth?
You actually don't hear any rain down here.
That makes sense.
You can roll stealth, yeah.
Big it with the guidance. If it'll help, that is.
Yeah, I guess we can both be as sneaky as we can be.
Okay, so moving up to the strut, it looks like the skeleton is long since dead. Looks like it's deteriorated down to just kind of pale bone. And so it's been down here for a long, long time. It looks like
Any
it
idea?
was a dwarf.
Sorry.
Is that what you're going to ask, Scare?
Yes, yes. Okay, dwarf mine. Adds up.
It's all checking out.
It's all making sense.
The passageway to the left looks like it forks left and right. The passageway to the right looks like it forks left and right as well. Scarin, with your passive perception, there does seem to be a sound, kind of audible, but very, very faint on the passage to the right, and then further right. It does sound
Sweet.
like, yeah,
Okay.
like if you were going to keep going straight across the map, like all the way to the, yep. It sounds like there's a sound of like it almost sounds like something's kind of moving around, but it's like it's like on like
Stay behind me.
insectoid legs.
Ugh.
Do you want me to kill the light?
Yeah, turn it off.
Tomo kills the light, and like grabs Skirin's cloak. I should still have the 10 feet with the glowy stone.
Yeah, I'll switch you up.
Thank you.
So it's 5 and 5.
Yep.
All right.
Look across. Doesn't see anything down the.
Looking straight north, it looks like there are some old boxes up on the north side there, but yeah, it doesn't look like there's much there. Make a nature check though. Yeah, so you're a pretty perceptive guy, and you kind of know like telltale signs of certain creatures, certain things. It does look like there are faint remnants of web kind of all throughout the kind of roof portion, and you can also see telltale markers of something very large, like a giant spider, kind of moving across the ceiling. So your presumption is that this mine that you're in is probably the lair or domain of at least one, if not more, giant spiders.
We're gonna go back the way we came.
Okay.
And he has like a hurried.
Oh, sorry. One other thing. That long passageway north, like where that knocked over pillar was, you remember seeing that?
Right here.
There's actually a decent amount of web over there as well. It's not showing up on
Okay.
the map, but it's kind of like
Right.
underneath that knocked over pillar. Like you'd have to go under it or over it. If you went under it, you'd be hitting web.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay.
a nope from me.
Head back, fly up a little bit,
It's
grab
gonna be a
Tummel by
no
the-
from me, dog.
grab Tummel by the T-pose and then float back up. Okay. Let me go ahead and snap you back to position on the main map. And let's go ahead and get that ambiance back. Okay. Once back up to the surface, we'll discuss, but while you're down there. So, Quiura and Co., you folks are going to be rousing the bandit, is that right?
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh. My head. Looks at Sarah. Thought I dreamed that. Looks like I didn't. Fuck. Alright, well. He takes a second, looks at his bindings. Can I help you with something?
You are trespassing on a league camp.
No, that's not it. That's not correct at all, actually.
Well, explain yourself then.
Sure, will do. You league folks are a right bunch of cunts, and fuck you. Burn in hell. Whichever one you want. Pick your 13.
I want to slap him across the face.
Okay.
Gil just gives him 2 thumbs up.
Oh!
No.
You kind of. Oh. Fucking hell. Okay. It's a nice bit of gams on you, miss. That's fine.
All right. Watch it.
She can hit, is what I'm saying. I wasn't getting all weird about it. Obviously, not the place for that kind of flirting. Probably wouldn't be too receptive of it, whatnot, since you hoity-toity kind of gestures towards markers or indicators on you, denoting you as a Ordric. So, that ain't the way of it. What you said about the trespassing, whatever.
These supplies belong to the league.
Yeah. And if you check them, you'll note that we haven't touched them.
This campsite was set up by the league.
Yes, and if you note, My bedroll is my bedroll. I brought it with me. I didn't use anybody else's. Points to the bedroll over in the corner, which is indicative of someone else's. Didn't touch nothing.
Then why are you here?
Well, I came down here looking for treasure, like everybody else in the group, and kind of got stuck down here when something or someone cut my rope down. Came down the same way as you folk did. Not as flashy as some, gesturing to Queera. Definitely not as timid as others, pointing at Cindrix. Well, I made my way of it. And, well, got stuck down here based on the light upstairs, about 4 days ago. Looked like whoever was down here was trying to do something with that thing over there. Because there was paint on it, and there's paint. Points over to the by the bedroll. So, I mean, I've been trying to figure out what they was doing, but I don't read old tongues. So, mostly been just trying to find a way out. They had a pickaxe, so I kind of took to work on that, hoping I could bust out the wall, but I didn't know which one to start slamming at, and I knew it was probably beneath everything what would matter, so then I tried to climb up the stone with the pickaxe. Didn't work. And, yeah. It's been kind of only got about 6 days of rations left. I mean, based on your magic-y doodahs, you're probably able to get back up even if the rope were cut. But it looks like your rope's holding fine, so that said, I mean, I'd really appreciate it if you lot would just let me go, but I understand how you League folk are.
And you did try to kill
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because,
my lead archaeologist, so
you did try to kill us. Your folk. The one with the white hair and whatnot. Tried to murder a lot of us. Too bad. We was better. Killed a bunch of fucking your stooges.
I'm gonna slap him again.
No.
Oh!
Let's
Okay. Well, if you're gonna do it,
I'm
do
just
it for
turning it
real.
into a Scorsese film.
Send me off to Eglin, miss. It's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm either gonna die down here of starvation or you're gonna cut me down. I'd probably prefer that second one. Starving to death doesn't sound too great.
we're not barbarians. We're not going to let you starve to death.
But now that you solved the thing with the thing over there, I could probably just go down there. Maybe there's a way out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You should
Okay.
try it.
Be my guest.
Yeah, okay.
Do we drag him over to the hole?
Do you want to throw him in the hole?
No. No.
Well, you can
Oh,
at
dear.
least, well, okay, no, but if you want to threaten him with a hole, I think that's fine.
I want to drag him to it.
You know, like
Let him
when, like in the
down.
movies, when they hold him like by their legs over,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like off the edge of the building.
Yeah. If that's something you want to do, you can try for it.
You don't have to get owl.
But what is the purpose of this? What are we trying to get out of him?
Also, he just said he's totally cool with dying.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he said that, but I mean,
That's fair. He's been down
Anyone
here for
could
4 days.
yeah, everybody said, like, anyone can say that.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a place for 4 days and not been able to escape it. Like, I've been in a place for 4 hours and wasn't able to escape it, and I about lost my mind. So this dude's pretty fucking nutty.
Okay, so he's nutty. Well,
Can we keep him?
we're not.
No.
Well,
At this point, the Owlin and Tama will return.
we may need to keep him. We certainly can't just execute him. He just like this. An unarmed man. What did you two find down there?
Well, some ancient dwarf remains and
Ooh.
giant spider nest.
What now?
Oh, is that why we left?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I figured I'd tell you when we got back up here.
fair enough.
Is it, you said
So,
there's giant spiders down there?
Giant spiders. And he puts his hands out with and wings out like big spiders.
Yeah, it would require your wings because they are large size. They're like the size of a horse.
Well, he does the arms first, then the wings.
Yeah. So the guy's face looks pale, like it just suddenly kind of goes white, despite except for the places where he's been slapped and kind of blooded. But like his face besides that kind of goes pale with like terror, and he's like, okay, what? No, get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. No,
Well, I thought you wanted to escape through the hole in the floor.
no, fuck that. Just nope.
How many of you are there?
I don't know.
Alright.
They probably all
drag-
left.
I'm gonna drag him to the hole.
Grab a hold of him and start pulling him that way.
Yeah.
I need you to make a athletics check.
Okay.
Okay. Right when you get to the hole, and I'm going to explain the situation to you, and I need
Okay.
you to tell me how you respond. Once you get him to the hole, you watch as his foot comes free. He steps down into a kneeling position and tries to fireman's throw you into the hole himself. You resist, and you have two options. Take the fall and go in the hole yourself, or use his weight and his fulcrum to push him into the hole. There are no other options.
I'm gonna push him into the hole.
He falls into the hole.
Oh my god.
And you watch as he descends into darkness, as he seems to have gotten out of the poorly tied binds at some point in the conversation and was ready to throw you in, but rolled a lot less than 26. I was hoping you rolled under a 13, but I was doubting that you would.
You were hoping?
Had you done it, yeah, because
What?
it would have been interesting to see that.
John is chaos.
It would have been interesting. Everybody would be like, "What?" As you fall 150 feet, slam onto the ground. You probably wouldn't be dead, but you would be dying. Yeah, because you got a lot of hit points. It'd be really hard for me to kill you with 10d6.
Oh, I'm at
Yeah, you're not.
34 right now.
I mean, yeah, but I have to hit
Gil's like,
you
oh,
down to 0,
oh!
and then I have to do damage to you that would put you into negative your max. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Damn it!
Sarah,
Let's,
I'm like-
wait,
what just happened?
He.
you.
What?
It all happened so fast. I'm sorry. He got unbound and tried to shove me into the hole. It was either me or him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, I'm glad it was him and not you.
Yeah, for everybody watching it, it
Yeah.
wasn't like there was no dispute. Like you watched the
Okay.
kerfuffle, and you saw her like as she's about to go, kind of shift her legs and push out so that the fulcrum was shifted, and there was nowhere else for him to go. There was one way, and that was down.
I just
Well,
meant
I
to throw it
That's
too long.
guess that's one less bandit to deal with, I suppose.
I will say, just to add to the
Brutal.
sickening nature of murder, because you were hurling him in a direction, it wasn't a straight shot down. It was more of like a hit.
like he
hit,
bounced off
hit,
the wall.
kind of.
Oh my
Just, I just want to
god.
make sure that that's clear.
Well, slowed him down a little bit, right?
No.
Gil's
Dang.
just like, hey, buddy.
It kind of echoes down and it
It's-
kind of echoes back up. The sound resonates off the bottom, and
Yeah, I'm pretty
Which
sure
alerts the
he's dead.
spiders.
yeah.
Oh, he's gonna get.
Oh,
Hey, at least the spider's gonna get a nice meal.
yeah, we fed them.
Yeah. Maybe when we come by, they
Oh,
won't be
I
so
hope
hungry.
they don't. They're not able to climb up here.
They spider climb. Of course they
I think we
I
need
mean,
to
they
get
are
out of
spiders.
here
are.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, can we leave?
Yeah, so if you go back to
Sounds-
the rope and ascend and exit out, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't look like there's any other points of exit here other than the hole and down into the spider pit. So
Ugh.
I will go ahead and remove this and
Take a pass on the spider pit.
oh, for sure, yeah, that makes sense.
But-
Um,
They're probably cool looking though, guys. Come
you
on.
would come back up.
They're water spiders. They're water spiders. You don't
No.
want to.
No. I'm like, unless they're giant, fuzzy, jumping spiders, I don't want them.
The water
Aw,
striders, I love
come
those.
on.
Those are great. But
Yeah, they're the ones
yeah,
that-
you would basically come back up at the same point that you'd entered in. The rope is still fine. Doesn't look like anybody has kind of torn it free or anything, and you're able to pick up from where you left off.
Okay, well, that was strange.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
That
diversion.
was
We should probably get our
Interesting.
rope
It
so
is-
nobody else goes down that hole.
It is the first
Remind
time
me
in
not
3
to jump
sessions
into holes.
that anyone got off of this map, though.
It was what?
It was the first time anyone has gotten off of this map, though. Like, we actually got into the deeps with Tommel and
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they went
150 feet
Yeah.
into the deeps.
it's well below everything that you
Spider
are aware
pits.
of. But yeah. Once
They
back
got
on
lots
top,
of pits. 8 of them.
what would you like to do?
Get out.
From this point, too, you would notice that you can see
I'll be right
like,
back real quick.
the path that leads to what you know is the ziggurat entrance. Like, if you wanted to try and enter the ziggurat, you could. You just know that it would be kind of a march up what you know is kind of like a death trap.
Oh, this is some Elden Ring shit.
Yeah, it's a stone that falls and slams into that same position each
Yeah.
time.
What about
Jeez.
up here? Like, can we walk along the walls up here?
No, because this wall's about 20 feet high,
Okay.
and so like getting up there, it's really slick and slippery up there, like all the other stuff. And these structures are kind of built to kind of let the rain fall out in that direction. These small little grooves in the center, with the rain, kind of seem to kind of be flushing the water off of the roof down. Not much in the way of climbing, unfortunately, on this entire place. Flight, though, I mean, that's an option.
What
Yeah.
about getting like down here?
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing you could do. I would say that the best means of doing it, though, would probably be to find a way back to the courtyard, and then once in the courtyard, just maneuver through this space here to this part of the courtyard here. That makes sense?
Okay, so yeah.
Well, is this a vine right here next to us?
It
Or
is.
just a bush?
It is. The wall that it's kind of going over isn't very tall. That's kind of a low kind of area there. It does look like it kind of creeps around, and from what you can see, it looks like it's blocking off some sort of passageway, but you don't know what that passageway leads to.
Okay, so it also looks like we can get through in the north, and this will bring us. Do these stairs go down into like this area?
So you don't know for certain where these stairs here go yet,
Okay.
because you're not able to like the wall that's kind of to your north is a bit shorter. It's about 5 feet high, but yeah, again, you can't see like the alcove underneath you. Is the best way to describe
Okay.
it.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
haven't been in this area before, right?
No.
Yeah, let's go that way.
All right. Gil, you're looking kind of fucked up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me
It's fine.
lead.
And also, you're not too far from the fountain if you want to just walk
Oh,
over.
the fountain.
Oh, that's right.
Once per day, if you drink from it, you get a long rest.
Gil,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Time
go
to-
stick my face in the fountain.
get
Okay.
baptized again.
So, Gil, you have
Dead.
taken the effect of the fountain. Go ahead and get a long rest in, so all the benefits therein, but you cannot use the fountain again for 24 hours.
That's fine.
Or, yeah, 24 hours.
Alright, timer starts now. How long will it take me to get myself killed again?
Depends on if you're going for it or not.
We
How
kind
hard
of
are you
like
gonna try?
real time or in game time.
Both.
So just to quantify things that you're just kind of searching, this pass does lead down into a small little alcove. In that alcove, you do see that there is a lever, and it
Whoa.
looks like what appears to be a door-like shape that leads easterly. Cleara, if you're kind of after the fountain drinking, kind of moving over to the space that you were kind of hinting at over here, you would come up to a point where you kind of descend down onto a lower platform that's surrounded by higher walls. The walls in here are about 40 feet high, and entering into this space, it's kind of like clearing. Like it feels like there's no real essence of the wind or the jungle or anything. It just feels like you kind of entered into this kind of voided space. There's water on the ground that's pooling, and the rain's still descending down. But besides that, it's just like everything else outside of this area kind of just disappears. In front of you, you see 3 statues. The statues have flat tops and are kind of column-like. So like they appear to have been holding something up at some point, though no longer. But the columns themselves are carved into humanoid shapes. The one directly in front of you is a male figure wearing robes. In one hand, he is holding a cross, the Atavian cross, and in his other hand, he is holding a hammer. You denote this as a very early depiction of the god Atavius. The other 2 statues, the one on the left would be Aloane, the one on the right would be Ashtar. But this is the warring triumvirate, and the statues appear to have been kind of very early depictions of their concepts. So, for those who aren't aware, Atavius is law and chaos, Ashtar is good and evil, Aloane is life and death. These are the 3 gods known as the warring triumvirate. And this is very much anachronistic. This isn't a thing that you think should be here. But there it is, built in the style of the Ordric people, and here in this space.
Well, this is very strange. Tommel, Guild, Syndrix, is there any reason you can think of why the triumvirate would be represented in such an ancient locale?
Come check it out, Tommel. Since you were the last one that I had recorded having the sword, I assume you have it. Since you have
No, I gave it to Jijo to put in a bag of holding.
Fura. Okay, so it's actually not in this plane. Cool. Good note. And I totally just tipped my hand there.
Yeah.
I should have taken better notes.
In character, though, we don't know shit about shit, so...
Right. So looking at them, there's no, like... I mean, they just look very, very much of the style. But again, they're very much anachronistic to what you would expect to be in this space. There should not be representations of the Warring Triumvirate because they were not typically worshipped by the progenitors of the Ordris people, the people of the island. They worship the god heart, which you also saw depictions of, so it's weird that they're here and these ones are here, because these would just be the lost to them and their faith.
Upon closer inspection, is there any abnormalities or anything like about them? Anything stand out?
No,
Nothing at all.
Again, they're very much in the style of the space.
And detect magic doesn't give me anything.
Detect magic does denote a glow to each one of the statues that has kind of just a pale color to it, which would denote that it's untyped and it's also white wind designated. So it's divine magic.
Thinking back on any of my research of the area, like, would I be able to recall any, like, other instances of this type of, I guess, depiction of the triumvirate in the area?
So, not per se. Like, it's definitely not something that would be in kind of ruins or sites like this, like historical sites. But
It'd be like more recent.
Yeah, what you would know is that the triumvirate worship was something that is provable, or was provable according to histories, prior to the Covenant of the Ascended being forged. The gods actually roamed the earth. And the elves were the ones who brought God, or the gods rather, to humanity. and dragons, in a way, also did, as they both kind of had their own aspects. Elves focusing on Allowane, and dragons focusing more on Ashtar, their good-evil dichotomy. Yeah, they, or sorry, not good-evil dichotomy. Yeah, good-evil dichotomy. I got it right. That said, you know that in like your homeland, like the ancient sites underwater, the triumvirate is very prominent, and these statues aren't too dissimilar from that. So
Okay.
the only thing that's kind of picking up with your archaeology kind of background feature is that these are probably the only example of this kind of like art on the entire island.
Okay.
And it must have been like a cell of individuals who were blessed with outsiders who would have brought this kind of faith and were respected enough to build their statues here to be represented.
Okay. He would share that insight.
You'd also know, and you don't know what triggers it, but the ground beneath you appears to be some sort of like mechanism, not just a not a pit. Your
Okay.
presumption is that it descends somehow, like the floor, or some portion of the floor descends to allow access to something beneath you.
So you said that
Got his sword.
the statues were holding items, like the statue
So
of.
they're very much representational of the gods. Let me show you pictures, and I'll try and do it on stream so people at home are also watching. Let's see. We're gonna put this under.
We're all at home.
Everybody should be. Maybe I can do it in one. Maybe. I am good at this. I am the best at this. I'm such a good DM. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. No such luck. What was this under? Be patient with me. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it would be under threshold. Okay. Yep. And did I make a big one? I did not make a big one. So we're going to go one at a time. So this is Allowane, wielding a dagger and a scepter with rose.
She's the best.
Yes.
And so we understand it. Each one of the deities, the three gods, they're actually given a gender-specific deification. So Allowane is very much goddess. She is the goddess. Ashtar, who is going to be shown now, is very much the deity. And he staff and amulet. And then, last but not least, my personal favorite, actually, but whatever. Boo Atavius. Atavius, best boy. And is boy, yes, very boy. Atavius is the god of chaos and order. The cross and the hammer.
Okay.
And according to Jonah in the chat, Atavius is daddy.
Yeah.
He got the material.
Yeah. Okay. And then, can I look around the platform for some sort of trigger or lever?
Yeah, doing so,
Or-
like, you take some time, and there doesn't appear to be anything. Whatever does something here, it doesn't appear to be here that is done.
It's on another plane, probably.
Man. I do like planar fuckery. That is one of my jams. But yeah, it doesn't look like this is a space that currently affords any means of entry.
So, I guess maybe this question is kind of meta, and tell me if it's too meta.
Go for it.
When we were, identifying that sword, was there anything about it linking it to the triumvirate?
So no, the markers on it were very much of a kind of Ordric styling. The
Okay.
hilt was designed in the original symbol of the Storm Heralds. The noble symbol for Ordric is a hawk, um, kind of the herald of the storm, and the hilt in its own fashion is very much just a hawk. The crossguard is a set of wings. The head beak is actually open to reveal the blade, and then the hilt itself is kind of just ornately designed in the not too dissimilar fashion from the glaive that Sara now has.
Okay.
Although the sword is in better condition. The glaive was kind of left to the elements.
It's a keepsake.
Yep. And it's good for beating the crap out of thugs, bandits, jerks,
Hooligans.
goblins.
Yeah, we've already
So
That-
we've already
Pole arm master is pretty
Yeah, that's good.
hot.
so
we've already kind of investigated everything, correct, so far.
Not really. Like I was saying, there's a path that leads up, and you would know that the steps lead up to what you've been told is the front of the ziggurat. However, you were also told that if you try to ascend, the second you bypass the first columns, a massive stone, or rather metal ball, will fall from the opening and descend towards you. However, when you were up on top of the ziggurat, and I'm going to flash ping you over to it, you did see that there was a hole that led into the ziggurat from up there. So,
Oh right. I more meant here.
oh yeah, there's
Was
nothing
it-
over where you're at. Everything's been investigated there. Sure.
Okay, I just finished. Yep.
the goddess statue.
Mm-hmm.
What was she holding everything, or was it blank?
Yeah, she's holding a dagger, but again, these aren't like physical representations. It's just in the carving. A dagger and a scepter. The scepter has a rose at the top of it.
Does the dagger look like the dagger that I found?
It does. So, historical trained individuals, upon seeing it, would know that it is, an older sacrificial article. And religious trained individuals would know that it's specifically something known as a thame, which is a dagger specifically used for ritualistic practices. The athames in question, we haven't really discussed their shapes, but they are crease blades, which means they are wavy blades.
So it makes sense that blades kind of associated with the religious ritual are going to be that kind of blade.
Yeah, and the reason why Alawain wields that and the rose, the athame is for death. The rose is for life.
Okay. Well, that's weird.
Gil, if you're kind of looking at it, like if you go back outside and kind of look at the passageway up, you will note that there does appear to be small little alcoves along the wall up the stairs. It looks like it would be an effort to go up the stairs and select the right, kind of like get to the passageways, like little side cubby holes. But like, there's like a cubby hole here and here. I'll go ahead and reveal those on maps so you kind of know what I'm talking about. But basically, the walls are like pretty high around the stairs, but it looks like you could move up the stairs and kind of find yourself a small spot to kind of secret away and to let the ball pass by you.
Okay.
That's an option. There's also the option of just flying up there.
Would we all fit in one of those cubby holes, or like
Not
One-
at the same time.
One
Yeah.
person, yeah. I mean,
get one person?
you can do it in linear, but yeah,
I mean, we could do 2 at a time.
Yeah, going up the stairs.
You don't know if there's 2 all the way up.
Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, you certainly can. I mean, I'm okay with that. Shut up, John. Don't ruin.
Okay.
Oh,
So, okay, before we become Indiana Jones, this
As everyone hoped to be.
this thing,
Right.
um, does this go in anywhere?
Do.
I'm over here.
Yeah, no, I know where you're at.
Oh.
So no, it doesn't. It goes around, and kind of like has like a small little alcove. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. That's
It
useless.
looks like there's a lot of overgrowth over there. The vines in question look like they're kind of dead. Something kind of happened to them, but like there's still a bit of green to like they're not quite leaves. They're more kind of I don't know. I'm not a plant guy. I'm not. I'm not a plant guy. They're like thick, juicy, meaty kind of not leaves. You know what I mean?
What?
You know what I
Like
mean?
a-
Like,
That's
like the there's like
is it sap?
well,
no?
no. Like there's leaves that are not leaves like on plants. Oh my god, hold on. Thick,
Juicy,
meaty,
thick, juicy, meaty.
So like the
leaves.
should-
stem.
Not leaves.
Then
Images.
Okay, here
Is it
is a
thick, meaty
plant.
juices.
Man, they just showed.
yeah, there's a bit.
I typed in thick, meaty, juicy leaves, and they just showed me steaks. They just.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Like the
I don't know what they're called.
If
I'm
I
not
hear-
I'm not a leaf guy. It's like a
Point on the plant where the leaf hurt
what's
you,
a
John.
Succulent.
like
Yeah, like a succulent.
The-
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Not like a cactus to be sure, but like yeah, kind of like a succulent.
Oh, a succulent.
oh,
Okay.
So
Thick, juicy,
Okay.
and meaty leaves.
leave.
this plant.
But it's succulent. Since
Like
Suck-
yeah, that like kind of.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
I'm trying to find kind of what like senecio. Is that am I pronouncing that right?
Probably not.
Yeah, like senecio.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
So like this.
Seneci.
If I can get it to show up.
Senec. Oh, okay. Oh, like a ragwort.
Yeah, they're like meaty leaves.
Okay.
you said meaty leaves, I guess. I don't know. Well, you did.
It's not-
But
That's
you
juicy
might
going
is-
into my
say
notes.
you might say that the leaves are succulent.
Right.
Meaty.
Every time I hear the word
leaves.
succulent, though, I'm always thinking about Mortal Kombat. So they're like,
Why?
Wait, what?
in Mortal Kombat, like in Mortal Kombat 2, like if you uppercut somebody like really well and it doesn't do the toasty, or you get somebody like in low life,
Toasty.
there's a chance it's like succulent in the background. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, what is he
Yeah.
saying? What is he saying? I don't know.
That's wildly peculiar.
Anyways,
and
yes,
Oh.
it's still a
Mildly
leaf though, so I am correct. They are fat, juicy, meaty leaves. That's all they are.
Fat
Delicious.
Judy.
Judy.
They
Judy's.
Measy leaves. Me see the leaves.
Toasty.
Me like
Oh
you.
no.
But yeah, there's a passageway here that you kind of saw. There is the stairway that you got there. There's the passageway that leads down with the lever at the bottom. There is a secret entrance into this space that lets you go into that passageway, which again, you were told that is probably the best way to kind of get back to Cobble. There's also a passageway down that kind of leads into the same space, allowing you egress into the courtyard. And then, yeah, besides that, there's really not much going for you. So, how would you like to proceed?
I was curious about the lever to see if it'll activate the
Yeah.
the floor.
So, when you go down and hit that lever, it'll open up the wall and allow you access to the courtyard from that So it just
Okay.
basically has an underpass that goes underneath it.
Cool.
Wahoo!
Good
Hey.
job, Gil.
You'd think he would learn his lesson, but he doesn't.
Definition of
Learning him into being
sanity.
cold.
Sometimes it
That's
works out.
that's why we have you on the team, Gil.
Most of the time, it works out. Except for that time where I created a blood double that literally almost killed me.
But it
Damn.
didn't.
It did,
Yeah,
but
I
it
think-
didn't.
Didn't
Yeah.
though.
I think if it comes to a point where it's transactional with like fluids, you should probably like maybe hesitate and just go on for it. You know, like if
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
it's like, give me your fluids. It's like that's
He's
probably
like, okay.
maybe that's not a great idea.
Give me your fluids.
Oh Lord. At
Okay.
least he didn't pee on
All
it.
right.
Okay, all right.
Alright.
But yeah, so how would you like to
Piss
proceed?
monster. Alright.
Well, I've got to be honest with everyone. I'm like there's like a little glowing like bubble kind of on Queer's armor, and it's kind of like blinking, kind of like boom, boom, boom. I'm running a little bit low on spell casting. How is everybody doing in terms of spells? It would be I don't know how great of an idea it will be to get into the cigarette and be struggling.
Best over it
Yeah.
goes.
Go
Yeah.
dunk your head in the fountain.
Oh, the
Oh,
fountain!
pretty
I
well
forgot
for
about
me.
the fountain.
Wait, isn't it one person per fountain though?
Oh,
Or no?
No.
No, it's
You can use the
One
fountain
fountain per
once.
person. Per
Every
day.
24
Each
hours.
person can do it once. Like everybody can do it. It's just that once you've done it,
Oh, okay.
you have to wait.
24 hours.
Okay, I'm gonna go fountain eyes.
Fountain
Yeah,
up.
fountain eyes. Fountain up.
Whoa.
Oh, but
You
wait, what?
said phallic? What?
What
no,
are
I
we,
said
No.
fountain up.
what is
Fountain
fountain?
Juicy, meaty leaves.
You
So,
know,
Phallic, Jonathan.
What? Wait, I said fountain up. I didn't say fountain up. Oh.
I have it
all
on
the
recording.
Johns just need to calm down.
What time is it in
The-
game?
It is currently about midday. I would say like 2-ish. Yeah, it hasn't been too much longer than like. Yeah, you guys. 2-ish. You took your rest around noon. 3-ish. Let's go with 3-ish.
That sounds alright. We had to have time to interrogate the guy before throwing him down a hole.
Well, how about this? Queer went ahead and did the fountain thing. Does anybody else need to?
Yeah,
that?
Sindrick did.
Cindrix
Good,
did it. Okay. So Scarin, you've got the advantage. Oh wait, no, we don't want you to send you flying around. Do we? Do we care? Okay,
The
hold on. I have a memory.
Goblins might attack, but
Well, I have a memory. I don't know if I dreamed this or if it happened, but Scarin was flying around, and then there was like eyes looking at him
Yeah, that happened.
from
The
the
tree.
log.
Yep.
Okay.
Cat's eyes, which you all assumed would probably be the
Displacer.
green hag.
Oh, displacer.
Oh,
No, shadow phase cats.
Base cats?
Shadow cats.
No. The shadow cat slash
Displacer
displacer beast are something different. Inside of the log, you saw like cat-like eyes, but it wasn't a displacer beast. You're pretty sure it was the hag.
oh, the hag, the
Probably.
hag.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
right,
6
right,
to
right.
12 fell hoods and a hag.
Well, the idea is because Gil told us about the little cubbies, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can look out for the location of all the cubbies, maybe, and so we can plan a race up towards the a cigarette, or you could help ferry us to the top where there's an entrance. We still have a few hours left in the day.
You can't ferry all of us, can you? Like, you can't carry.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
Is there a weight
Scarin,
limit?
could you carry Sarah? Or I know she's quite
I
muscular,
don't wanna-
but
I
I
would say
won't be
no.
rude. I don't, but
well, no, that's why Sarah is here. She's the muscle, after all. Okay. Well, in that case, she'd have to run the gauntlet.
We can do that.
Scarin, do you mind to scout ahead? Or do you worry about being spotted by the hag or the goblins or the bandits?
the goblins I'm not worried about. It's more the hag, but we're on the opposite side of that.
We're gonna be
I
right in
guess.
front of her.
'Cause
What
we're
was
going.
that, Sarah?
Aren't we gonna be right in front of her? If we're going the gauntlet.
No, we're going back this way.
Wait.
We're
What?
going up the stairs.
So this is the gauntlet here. In purple.
Correct.
Oh! I thought you were talking about going back. Okay, never mind.
Which should be right in front
We
of
just
her.
need to know where the cubbies are.
Yeah, just so that we know
Yeah.
where all the cubbies are at.
We got
Yeah, I can
lots
do
of
that.
Cats happening.
Okay.
I thought you meant this
Uh,
gauntlet that we went through earlier up here to get back to. But
No.
Yep.
Sindrix, can you say a prayer
Oh, of
before
course.
to your strange dragon god? I mean,
Oh,
to your
Solomon.
dragon god.
Rude.
Wow, okay. Hey.
Cut to your unorthodox and pagan deity.
Hey, hey.
You can't
calm
have
down a
double
bit.
stuff.
Sorry about that. Sorry. But anyway,
For real.
your prayers work. So
See?
That proves he's
Guidance
real.
on you. Mm-hmm. Boom.
in case you need to do any weird flying
Okay.
maneuvers, you never know.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
With your weird
Shenanigans.
flying maneuver gods.
Right.
We're just gonna
I mean,
fly
dragon gods are good
above
ones.
the gauntlet to see
Yeah,
where
right? They
the
have wings.
cubbies are.
Real quick, I just want to make a point of order. What's your?
God damn it.
Sorry, I have a cookie in my mouth. What's your strength score, Scarin?
Not great. I bet. Where's my parents?
How much do you weigh, Gil?
Mine's my strength score is 0 because I have a 10 in it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's probably like around 160.
Is that with your gear?
Probably. No. Maybe a little more with the gear.
Yeah.
How much is the gear?
So I was very courteous and kind in letting you carry around Tommel without issue. But the second you become encumbered, you can't fly.
Yeah.
You're not picking anybody up besides the rabbit.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I figured. I wasn't gonna.
I just want to make sure that was the case. It sounded like you were trying to.
Yeah.
So you're just
No,
flying around
no,
and
no,
checking
no.
out.
No,
that
he's
was-
just running
That was
ahead of
Kui.
us.
Okay.
That was Kui Yura, not
Got it.
not John. Yeah.
Okay. Judging.
Does Tom want to go for a ride? We can go for a ride up the stairs.
So I've
Yeah,
noted
I'm probably over
the
200.
markers there. You see the
It's,
little brown spots that are kind of placed there?
Yeah.
From your
Yeah.
vantage point, you're able to see that there are alcoves. There are 2 at the start. The next one's on the left side. The next one's on the right side, and then you should be able to have clear access to the passageway. Your presumption is that someone fast will need to be to. I mean, you'll need to be fast to be able to get through.
Okay. Okay, so like if I did.
And the rocks come right out of this.
You
I'm
don't know.
assuming.
You've never seen them activate, so
Yes, correct.
So my guess is we should at least activate it once. So like if Gil can run up and hop into one of these and then just kind of time it and see like if a second one comes. when it would get there. Let's see.
Map-wise, is this one here?
Yeah, there is a stone just sitting there.
Okay.
I mean, there has to be a limit, right? Can't have.
Infinite rocks. Maybe it's just magic rocks though that makes it infinite. You know, could be.
You
Alright.
never
Magic
know.
that makes it be the same rock over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'd be interesting to test.
Who's running?
Gil, probably.
Okay.
Wait, are we sending Gil first? Or Tara?
Okay, Gil. You're moving up the
Oh,
steps. And you're rushing towards the passage, or through the passage.
Yeah.
Up ahead, you can see that there are 2 alcoves. One on the left, one on the right. Which one do you run for? If any. Because it's going to be moving. It's going to be moving after you move, because you're the one who activated it.
This one.
Okay. You rush into that specific alcove, and the ball isn't close to you, but the second you enter into that space, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
You step on the platform inside, and you watch as the floor gives way, and you jump back, and you see that it falls into a pit trap about 10 feet down with spikes,
Okay.
similar to the pit trap on the north side.
Huh?
At this
So I'm
point,
here.
you would be, there, and you would hear the thing coming down, and it's moving at such a pace that it is going to burrow through you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and when you make this, I need you to also tell me what you're attempting to do. Retreating back down the steps, or jumping for the other alcove.
Jumping for the other alcove.
Okay, go ahead and make your dex saving throw. I've got the DC based on that. Okay. You rush in, you slide into there, you kind of like give your hope to like touching the floor. It doesn't fall out from underneath you. The ball rushes past Gil, as you all just see Gil just disappear past the ball. The ball, as it's about to touch the ball that's already stationary, becomes a blue glow and then disappears, allowing for this one to slam right into the space that it was in,
It is the
go
elevator ball.
dark, and disappear.
It is magic.
Oh. It's like the third time Roll20 has crashed on me.
Gil, since you are there, for those who are watching, and just so I don't have to keep moving the same token over and over again, the ball will continually exit out of the wall, and I'm assuming that Karen's watching it from above. There's a flat panel wall there, and a ball just kind of like bloop out of it. Like there's no change to the wall. It's just like it was just kind of like flying out of the wall, like just going through it like the wall wasn't actually there. But you can see the wall.
Could we try to like block off the wall to see if that does?
Well,
I don't know if that would do.
It's all the way up there, so you have to get up to me first. But yeah, for you, Scarin, if you're trying, or not Scarin, sorry, for you, Gil, if you're trying to move to the next alcove, I just need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, because again, it's moving at a quick pace, and you're kind of trying to time it, which is what the dex saving throw is for.
Okay. Just give me a second here. Sometime today, Roll20.
Okay. So, as you're rushing for the alcove, the ball does go a bit quicker than you were anticipating, and you do get hit by it.
Okay, where should I be?
Hold on. So it will be striking you here. Okay, so for the first instance of it hitting you, you'll be taking 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah!
And then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You are able at this point to either stay under the ball and continue going back towards the entrance, or fly into the alcove.
Go back into the alcove.
Okay. You made the right choice. As you fly into the alcove, it would have completely crunched you and murdered you had it kept doing that. But yeah, it slams into the wall and it does the cycle again. The new ball is the ball that came through. The old ball disappeared. And as long as someone is still active in the space, the balls just keep getting sent down. They're like they're shooting down pretty quick at such a pace they're actually causing the stairs that they hit to break and send rubble about. So they're able to clear the entire route in what you would consider a turn.
Okay.
You want to give it another go? Or do you want to rush back to the beginning? If you're rushing back to the beginning, you have no problem. There's no save required. You're retreating from an alcove that's adjacent to it, so it's fine. Going back is free. I'm always okay with you retreating and being a coward.
Yeah, I think you would head back.
Okay. The ball
So, yeah.
stops once Gil is off the gauntlet.
My
So he'd
goodness,
be
Gil,
like-
you're right.
Yeah, he's all busted up and it's like, okay,
What happened to you?
Doesn't look like it went well.
there was a giant ball and it got me.
Yeah, it looks like it's made completely out of metal. Looks like it's, quite durable. I would like for, since some of you folks were down there, I would like for Kira make a perception check with advantage, and then everyone else can make a perception check.
Okay.
Since you kind of rode on it and kind of saw them passing by, Gil, and because you're pretty keen on how things are kind of made, and Sarah just strangely kind of caught note of some small little, artifact on the balls, the three of you notice, as, Gil makes it back, there are 2 total balls. So when the ball comes down and hits, when it sends the other one away, it seems to be sending it back up to the top. So there's some sort of magical portaling that's causing the balls to continue to rotate so long as there's a person in the gauntlet.
What if
There are 2 balls.
we move the one that's down here? Is it activated by hitting the other ball?
You can try to move it.
Okay.
Would we just push it down this hallway?
If you want to, you can try to push it.
Yeah.
Okay. So in its current position, it doesn't
This
look
wall
like
here is broken, right?
there's just the one ball.
No.
Oh,
like
is there a
wall.
wall here?
Oh,
the wall?
No, it's yeah, there is a wall position there. It is a bit broken, but it's also covered with growth, like the jungles
Okay.
came into that space. I will make sure that you guys understand. You're not gonna push the ball. I just want to make sure you understand. It's kind of divoted itself into the wall. It's kind of in a small little spot, and it weighs about 5,000 pounds.
I'm still gonna push on it like I can.
Yeah, it doesn't even move.
Yeah. Do we have anything that can create a barrier
That
here?
will block a 5,000 pound steel ball from rolling through it at however fast the pace of.
Listen, Jonathan,
Not
a high
I'm
end
just
of-
trying to come up with ideas.
What's 150? What's
Maybe.
150 feet per 6 seconds? It's like
Two.
Okay, this is
Maybe.
Dungeons and Dragons, not algebra.
30
Right.
Can you feather fall a ball?
Dungeon and Zal.
It's not a creature. I think that
Oh.
it falls specifically for creatures.
What if we draw a
Is it-
face on it? Does that make it a creature?
true. And you just gave it a name too. Rocky.
I don't think that's how it works.
If it has a name, it's real.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's our pet now, so
Oh,
it's a
God.
creature.
Okay.
Maybe-
Maybe
you
we
could,
can put something between them when it comes back down.
Oh, well, okay, how about this? Can they be damaged?
Oh,
Oh, this.
Scaring
we
go.
melt it.
Um,
Great idea.
One second. 1 second.
We lost him
Yeah.
to the pudding. Oh.
Ooh.
Ah.
You can attempt to reduce the size of it. It's absolutely fine.
Nice. Could make it bigger.
I mean, we make it bigger.
It
Maybe
might-
Wait, it might
Wait
get
till
stuck.
you see
It
him
might get
fucking
stuck in the
dead.
thing.
Yeah, or it might just roll off into the
Yeah.
Halloween chapel.
Or onto the tree.
So,
Kill
are
the
you
house.
reducing the
What's-
size of the ball that's there? Are you going to cast
Yes.
that? Okay. So,
Yes.
if you do, it goes from being a large size ball to a medium size ball. It does shrink in size, and it does look like it shrinks in weight as well.
Can I push it?
Then can we push it?
Yeah, you can move it around.
It's 1/8 of its normal weight.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of. Then we're gonna play Mario
Okay, so
here.
we'll move it out of the way.
Okay.
And then I want to test something.
Can someone heal Gil before?
Oh. Yeah, that's important.
Just make sure nobody's standing next to it when it enlarges in a minute.
Oh, we have
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
we only
we'll-
get 1 minute to do this.
Yeah.
Well,
so
can't we
I'm
just
gonna
like
focus-
throw it out into the jungle?
Go,
Yeah,
Gil.
sure. You throw it out into the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, 7. Hello? Let me. Okay, so that ball is out in the jungle now to confuse whoever wanders by it as it enlarges.
Sure.
Some like goblin wandering around.
It's just like, huh?
And then what?
Gil would like to run back up to
Okay.
this alcove.
So, since you're just moving to the first position, you're not going into the pit trap. The ball rolls down, and right when it bypasses the pillars, you see it glow off in the jungle, and then the ball slams into the wall. And if you remain there, a ball of its normal size comes rolling down the way, following up, and the chain continues.
Okay, it's the pillars. Okay, he runs back.
I was like, it is a really interesting idea. It's just the way
I
I
didn't-
wrote it, it
Maybe-
doesn't break the chain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, I
That
was
was
like,
smart.
that was really interesting. I was like, no, I can't because it's not the balls that are doing it. It's
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's the pillars now. Ooh, more
Take
healing.
7
I'll
back,
take
yeah.
it.
casting
Since I'm probably
metal.
gonna
It's a
get
bad
rolled
idea.
over at least once again.
Well, okay. Again, I want to make sure that you understand the dexterity saving throw is just the default, like danger sense kind
Yeah.
of thing that I'm throwing out at you because it's like a dangerous thing that's happening, technically a
Yeah.
hazard. There are other ways to kind of avoid it, time it, key to it. Like if you want to think about that and like make suggestions, I can definitely change the saving throw that's elicited there, or perhaps a skill check might be required. But yeah, if you have features that help you like deal with dexterity saving throws and you're very good at them, you could try those. Yeah, and so on. But yeah, heading up is the hard part.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but tough.
Oh, Jesus.
After that, while they're thinking about it, I'm gonna go back to the fountain and take a sip.
Okay, slurp.
Okay.
Wait, but is
So-
the ball still like reduced to medium size though, or is it just reverts back
It
to
reverted
normal?
back to its normal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was only 1 minute.
And even still, it
Mhm.
seems like, yeah, it did take you a little while. But even still, if it had gone back up to the top, it would have been normal size.
Reverted on the
Okay.
cycle.
Do you think we should have just climbed down from the top?
What?
Like maybe instead of going up this gauntlet, just have gone all the way up here and just use a rope.
We couldn't.
If we go up that way, we're gonna trigger the guardian spirits.
I thought that was only if you knock their stuff off their walls.
You would have to. The only way to get up the wall is put your hands in the cubbies,
Oh,
which would potentially trigger them because we're touching their shit.
One other thought. I'm sorry, I had to step away. I hope no one said this already. But Scarin could fly up and try to look for like a lever to deactivate the trap.
That's true.
Poke my little head in there.
You gonna fly?
I mean,
up
it could
Channel.
it could result on Scarin being like brutally murdered by zombie frogs or something. I don't know, but
Oh,
it?
not the
Wasn't
frog, zombie
originally in
Oh,
the
frogs.
God,
space,
not
but
the
I'm definitely
frogs.
gonna add it.
zombie frogs.
Yeah.
Zombie frogs. No. Why has
Just
zombie
channel your
frogs?
inner Gil. Pull that lever.
Yeah.
You kitty.
Okay, so you're flying up, is that right?
Yeah, and I'll kind of fly to. I'm assuming it's just like an entrance.
So when you fly up to the top, there is no entrance, as I mentioned. It's a stone wall.
Oh, right.
And you're looking at a stone wall. And if you fly down to it to tamper with it, you realize that it is a
Yes.
stone wall. However, on the ziggurat, you do see that there is a hole on the top of it that seems to lead into the space. Like on the roof. Do you see that?
Yeah, right where I am.
Yeah, you going in?
I'll go in.
Alright, let me go ahead and pull you. Bear with me.
So we can't get up there unless we fight those, right? Is that what you guys just said?
Well, he's gonna see if there's a way to deactivate the ball trap. That we can just walk up the stairs.
Alright.
But then there's no
That's
door.
So, when you enter into the space, you see that there is a solid door there. You're looking at it, and you're kind of looking at the door that you can see a ball going through. It looks like this the back end of that same wall, right? There's
Right.
another of the ever-burning torches, 3 of them actually. It looks like there might have been one underneath the rubble from the roof. In the center of the space, going from floor to ceiling, is a wall. The wall has a number of small portholes that allow you to see into it, and you can see a kind of ramped situation that's set against a bunch of iron pillars that are kind of rising up to about a height of 12, 13 feet, right? This allows for an opening to be kind of featured on this center chamber, this shaft, if you will. And it looks like there's a massive, familiar looking iron ball set inside of it. Since the trap is currently not activated, you don't see anything like happening with it. You do see that there are markings on the ground, kind of a very ornate patterning to it. On the back wall behind it, you can see that there appears to be a cryptograph, kind of like a design patterning that shows like a detailed thing, similar to the one at the pit, right? And it shows 3 layers, and then these are 3 layers that are kind of set above a ball shape at the bottom, and the ball shape appears to be cracked, like split in 2. The 3 layers are above, it shows 2 small squares, one that looks like it has a demon face, and one that looks like it has like a benevolent face. The next one shows similar designs. It would show them kind of opposite, swapped. And then the same would be true of the last layer, showing you that it would be on the making sure on the right. So according to this, it would be right, left, right, and then the ball is cracked.
Okay, so
This seems to kind of fall in line with the patterning of the way up from what you've seen from above.
right.
You'd also notice that you're fortuitous in that the second section, the rubble and rock from where the tree hit caused the demon face hole to be barred, and then it looks like there's a strange vine and kind of rock tumbling on the left side outside that would allow no passage therein. But yeah, it looks like this is the solution to the gauntlet, and that's all that it depicts. There are no levers, there are no mechanisms in here, there's just the torches. It seems that, according to this kind of, glyph that's kind of present before you, the only way to break the ball is to do it.
Do the whole thing all the way up.
Yep. Start to
But we
finish.
couldn't. We could, but someone would probably fall in a trap.
Well, again, you know the order that it needs to be. It's going to be
Right.
right, left, right.
All right. So he'll pop out.
Okay. And
and he'll fly back down. Unless that was an and that you were going to do something.
you folks, are you doing anything?
Kicking pebbles around.
Yeah.
Heroically
Waiting for him to
waiting.
get back.
Trying to
Right.
keep dry, trying to keep dry.
Being grumpy, getting wet, you know.
You will note that this wall here that you're kind of looking at, it does look like it's a bit lower than the other walls that you've been near. And so you can see into this space a bit better than kind of from over here or from the other sides. So, I mean, from this angle, you can see the big tree, its brokenness. There does appear to be a large hole in the center of the tree trunk that descends into the core of the tree. You also see two passageways. They might lead to the courtyard, you're not sure. There are strange kind of markers over the archway on this side here, giving you more to put into your thought bubbles. But yeah, as far as the gauntlet, someone has to just run up and do it.
I'll do it.
All right,
Well, I go down and explain it.
left, right, left, or right, left, right. I almost- yeah, so you're gonna go
Actually,
here, there, and then the last one. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're going and you're ready,
Alright.
all
Do I
right.
just go ahead and make it to the first one, or do I
Yeah,
need
you
to?
automatically make it to the first one because it's going to take a while for the ball to fall, like all the way through. And since you're the
Okay.
one triggering it, it flies through, slams into position, and the cycle begins. So for the next one, you'll require a dexterity saving throw, as we discussed with, yeah, and you should have Danger Sense, which is a barbarian feature, which says you have advantage on dexterity saving throws. I believe you should have it. What level are you, barbarian?
Yes. Yes.
You do have it? Okay. So yeah, you have advantage on dex saving throws versus hazards or traps that you are aware of. So this one.
How fast is the ball? Like, as soon as it
It's-
passes me, am I able to, like, leave?
Yeah, it's booking it pretty fast, and that dex saving throw is you kind of like gauging the timing and then kind of booking it at that point. That's what that's really representing, not the dodging the balls it rushes past you. Okay.
can we all see this happen, too? Do
uh,
we have sight of that or no?
Well, you'll see her as she moves into the first position and then rushes past, but that at that point she's invisible to you.
Okay.
And she will be hit. It looks like you got a little luckier on the damage. Go ahead and roll me a dex saving throw and take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay. Interesting. 1 second here. Okay. So, when you get pushed back, you can go into the alcove or you can go all the way down to the bottom. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you're going with the ball.
No, I want to go to the
Alcove. Okay, slam, and then it goes back to the top and continues cycling. So you're back in the alcove again. Do you want to
Is-
make?
this one, right?
Yeah. Do you want to make a dart for it again?
Yeah. What is it?
Okay. Actually, because your dex save was so good on the second half, go ahead and give me a perception check. This
Okay.
might be something you noticed, but yeah. Okay, you didn't. All right. So go ahead and give me a dex saving throw as you rush up for the other thing,
Okay.
and again with advantage. So 14 successful. You make it, and the ball rushes past you just as you kind of it kind of right behind you. You hear it slam. You hear it regenerating. You can hear it moving. You wait for it to pass by again, and then you prepare for the next run of it. This seems to be the harder rush of it, but yeah. What is your base speed?
30.
Okay, perfect. So I know the DC. All right. Okay. Cool. Go ahead if you're gonna make it up to the top. Go ahead and give me the last dexterity saving throw to see if you make it. Yep. Sure enough, you rush in, and the ball rushes past you. Once you're in that position, the ball continues to move through. But the second you enter into that space, what looked like a wall to you as you were rushing up, and looked like a wall to Scarin, um, does not appear to be a wall to you from this space. Looks like it's just an open passageway. Scarin, if you're watching as this is happening, it is still very much a wall to you. Sarah, you're the only one that's seeing it as it truly is, as not a wall. So if you rush past through, the last portion is such a small length, the ball drops and it takes forever to go down, so you're able to kind of get in without an issue. And when you enter into the space, I will move you to the map. And I presume I'll be moving everyone in short order. Bear with me here. That's the wrong one. Glad nothing was showing.
Oh, I'm here.
But yeah, you watch her enter in through the wall. She just kind of walks through it like it wasn't there. And as she does so, it disappears. And she steps in. And when you step in and I pull this freaking token down, here we go. You hear a loud kind of metallic sound. And you can see that the ball in front of you has split in half at the horizon line, like at the middle line. Then you hear a loud stone sound as the back wall descends into the floor.
I think this. Okay.
But yeah, if everybody else takes their time to kind of wait, no balls dropping, no craziness, let me go ahead and make sure everybody's on the right layer, because they're not. And
Could we kind of like step outside and yet yell, "It's okay"?
Yeah. Absolutely. And everybody starts making their way up. Scaren's already in here. I'm not going to put another one of them in there. And Cindrix.
Excellent work, Sarah.
Nice.
Thanks.
You got.
Do we have time for me to go plant my face in that well?
Yeah, if you want to rush down and drink and then come back up, you can. While you're doing so, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
What'd you get?
14.
Okay. So it does look like, as you're kind of making your way back to the top, you kind of look down, you can kind of see over the tree. And I'll move us back to that map for a second. You can kind of see over the tree from this vantage point, and you see what looks like... Let me see if I can shift ping you to it. You see what looks like a camp on the opposite side. You're just barely able to kind of see it from high up here. And you can see that people are kind of looking up at the ziggurat and are trying to kind of like see through the rain what's going on. So you're at least aware that people are paying attention to you.
Okay.
And it's probably the bandits.
When I get back inside, I would let everyone know that I think that they've witnessed us enter the ziggurat.
All right.
Oh, that means we have unlocked it for the rest of them as well.
I know it's not a perfect one for one, but yeah, it's the rain kind of on the roof sound. And you kind of enter into the space. Looks like there's a staircase that leads down. And looks like there's a meaty vine there. Probably part of a tree, or the tree that you see outside. But yeah, if you'd like, you can explore the space. Not everyone all at once. Don't want that happening.
Just look around then.
Okay.
You ready?
So, yeah, the steps are the main source of kind of exit. Looks like they head down to kind of a meaty kind of route. And when you get down to the bottom of it, it looks like there's a path to the left and a path to the right. It looks like they lead to more stairs that descend down into the ziggurat proper. Once you kind of enter into this space, Cindrix, you hear kind of the rush of water coming from both sides.
He's running the heck out of there.
Syndrix, what? More spiders?
No, worse. Water. Here, water.
Queer gives a like, kind of like, okay, Syndrix. Let's see.
Okay.
This-
And if I take you both, I'm going to move you onto a slightly different map, kind of in the middle. There's 2 tokens now of you on the map for you first 2. But as you come around, you can see that the passageways are now kind of easier to traverse. You can hear the water kind of flowing through. You can hear the water on the tops. You can.
Ooh.
When you look into this space, you can see that there are 3 aqueducts, small little channelways that look like they have large faces. Looking at them, Queera, you immediately recognize that they are indicators of the triumvirate once again. It looks like to your left, you have the deity. To the right, you have the goddess. And directly ahead of you, you have the god. And they're all pouring water down into a space that appears to be about 30 or 40 feet below you. A large kind of open water source down there that looks like it has a root growing through it as well. The space has some roots growing in the space you're kind of moving towards. And the ceiling in this space is probably about 20 feet over you from the descent. But yeah, that's what you're looking at. The water seems to be flowing in from groundwater or who knows where. It doesn't look like the mouths are open enough to allow you to see very deep into them or to traverse into them. It does look like there are 2 more passageways on the western wall, one here and one here, that lead out from this space to where you do not know.
So the water is, that's coming out of the mouths is not clean.
It is clean.
It is clean. Okay. It's clear down here, all of you. No need to
I would say,
hang around up there all day.
sorry, just to specify, it's as clean as like the lake or the other bodies of water you've seen. Like it's
Okay.
It's relatively fresh, but it's it's still jungle water.
Okay.
It's
But it's
not
not.
particularly purified.
for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You don't
I mean,
want to.
it definitely
drink
looks
it.
like it doesn't have like particulate or anything kind of going
Right.
through it. It's
Right.
definitely clean. Like it's drinkable.
Right. It's not filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not pristine clean, is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. So as you pass over the space and kind of make your way there, you do hear kind of a strange sound emit from the facade that you pass by. And as you kind of look back, Tommel, which way were you going? Were you going to the left or to the right? Following after Queera or no? Zach?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. And then everybody else,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, obviously, Cindric's in the back, so I'll go ahead and notate that. But everybody else, I'm assuming, trying to kind of keep up, right? Is that a fair assessment for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The raindrop sound effects are.
Yeah, they're really good. Kind of relaxing.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5,
we-
6. Okay. So once you enter to that space, and you kind of pass over the aqueduct, the canal or channel, you hear that strange noise come from the face, and then you watch as what appears to be. This is okay. You see what appears to be a water form shoot out from the mouth and kind of splash into the waterway and then drop off into the bottom. Like when I say a water form, like if you've seen the movie Abyss, like it's like a nice chunk of water that kind of like is more solid than water, kind of like shoots out like a missile and then just drops off into the splash down below. Whatever that was, you're not sure, but it happened, and that's where we'll end for tonight. Thanks for watching, those that did. And we will pick up next week as we figure out what the weird water is. Thanks for watching.
Weird, spooky